73 degrees.
Wait, is that the sun? Really? What time is it?
It was
It's
really
6
hot.
p.m.
6 o'clock.
Oh
6
my
p.m.
god, you're in the
I
past.
got
big time.
an hour left of daylight.
Oh yeah, right. Because you guys are getting into summer. We are getting fucked up because it was 19 degrees Celsius today. I will have to convert to Fahrenheit. Let me convert to Fahrenheit.
No, you don't have to. I know that's cold.
I know you do, but the
that's
others
cold,
don't. So
I know.
That
I know,
is
like,
66.
about, but I can't translate it like directly.
66
So does Rick.
Fahrenheit.
So does
That's
Cole.
for Rio. This is like people are going. Well, they're not because they're home, but they will be putting on scarves and boots and coat. Okay, I'll shut up.
It is time.
It is time. Where's my? Oh, this one has gone.
Time to get murdered.
No, we avoided the murder.
Ah. Time to murder each other.
All right, yeah.
We're live now. Did I say that? Great.
Time to murder.
I love it here.
Kind of, sorta, yeah.
Welcome, internet, to our shit show.
Yeah, we're fine.
No.
Everything
We are
is
very
fine.
experts.
Everything is.
Oh, I should
Dungeons
probably
and
unmute
Dragons.
myself. There we go.
Savants.
Yeah, that'd probably be good.
Yeah,
That would be
Yeah,
would be good. Yeah.
For sure.
I.
All right, well, without further ado, let's go ahead and start. Picking up where we left off last session, you guys had completed your investigation, or your help with the investigation into the Freeden and what exactly they were doing. You uncovered that Jasenia Raff was an apparent blood mage. You found some strange symbology in her basement to the deity known as the Lord of Murder, Baal. Having discovered that and given all that information to Watchmaster Tempest, after a fight with Jasenia that ended in her death, you guys decided that it was time to stock up on supplies, namely books, for some reason, and decided it was time to follow Ko, your new turtle companion, on his quest to this temple of some kind, or fort, within the Siren Green Forest. You got a wagon and horses from the Watchmaster as thanks for your help, and set off on the road north towards Trostenwald, and eventually your destination, the northern parts of the Siren Green Forest, near Diastock. On the road, you came into contact with bandits who were disguising themselves as people in need, fighting them, incapacitating most of them with sleep spells or otherwise. A awkward, intense debate on what to do with them happened, and eventually you tied them to a tree and left them there, with Sero giving them a dagger and some money to help them on their way eventually. You, after that point, hopped back into your wagon and continued traveling north. And that is where we'll pick up today's session. So, along the Amber Roadway, you guys are traveling. Your second day of travel comes and goes uneventfully, as does your third day. Is there anything you guys wish to do, roleplay-wise or otherwise, on this travel before we essentially get you to Trostenwald?
Just teaching Zamron how to read.
Yep.
Pointedly ignore the entire party.
Okay.
Of course.
Tension grows.
Yeah, as the tension grows, yeah.
Really try to teach myself how to whistle.
Okay.
Yeah.
How to whistle.
You teach yourself how to whistle.
Savvy spends lots of time with the animals as much as she can. Plays with the dogs, hangs out with the horses, that kind of thing.
I finished
we're not
scribing.
very talkative.
Finished scribing magic missile into my spell book.
Okay. magic missile in your repertoire.
Yes, sir.
Repertoire.
How much money did we get from the bandits? In total.
Pretty sure
Not
one
more than
person
we
took all
gave
the
them.
money.
Hazel, did you write that down?
Right. How much money we got? No, because I wasn't the one that looked for the money.
I didn't think we got
Yeah,
it.
I
don't
looked
know.
for money and there was no money at all. So I was like, okay.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right, because the rolls.
They were the ones trying to rob us.
The rolls were
We
very
stole all their
poor,
weapons,
so...
though, so I guess you could.
Now they have 20 gold.
Yeah.
Or
I guess you could, you
Go
can sell
back
that
to
when we get the
Capital
Trostenwald, but...
Yeah. Mm,
I
I'm
didn't
just-
give bandits any gold. It just,
yeah, it was me and
Anyway.
Sarah.
Yeah.
yeah.
Bleeding hearts over here.
Sometimes you
Um,
give bandits money. And that's okay.
I'm just gonna be doing a minor illusion show whenever I'm bored. So probably for a long time.
You know, that's probably good because Dameron's probably gonna get headaches often.
Mhm.
Trying to learn how to read.
Oh yeah, Savi's gonna be reading her books and seeing if she can find any information about certain things.
What things?
I don't know,
Secret-
certain things. Certain things and people, places, and things are mentioned.
Mm,
Lyris probably has her book, like her notebook open and just writing words down. Sometimes there's like a note and a note on the lyre and next to the lyrics, so she's writing songs. So it's just oh, that would be nice, and she just doing
Yeah.
what she does. But at the same time, she would be like trying to look at people every now and then to gauge their body language and their moods. Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, Tim, I don't know if you use it, but I have at least a passive insight of like 15.
Mhm.
Can I just get the general mood and
Vibe check, everyone.
yeah.
Vibe check.
She's gonna vibe check us.
Vibe
Yeah.
check.
Mhm. Just by being around, not even just looking intently at anybody, just
One sec.
Everyone go around the room and tell a little bit about how you're feeling.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Sean.
just
feeling
sit
time.
down
Share
and
your
tell,
feelings.
Tell us what you're feeling.
Hang on. Checking things. Streamlabs makes my
Oh,
computer run so fucking slow.
Yeah.
My computer's already worrying for having Roll20 open. Poor thing.
yikes.
It's trying its best. Wine androids. Hi, Soda. Badger.
Sorry, just hold, please.
No, you're good.
Wait.
Wait.
Oh man,
Wait,
why did I
wait.
sound like that?
Wait.
Wait.
Yeah, I would say, yeah, I would say everyone except Lyris, just based on a passive, insight, just how are you feeling? What's your general vibe on this trip?
Yeah, but I'm actively trying to incite though, because I know my passive sucks.
No,
Well, my active also sucks.
just 'cause-
Everybody has to give their
For
vibe
Co.
check except for you, because
Yeah.
you're
Oh,
charisma
except
too.
for me.
because
oh
your
yeah,
charisma's
my
so high.
perception
Yeah.
is super high. Yeah.
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 Yeah, this is to me.
Who
Yeah.
goes first in the
Okay.
feeling circle?
Got it.
Asavi.
Asabi will go first in the feeling
Yeah.
circle. Alright, Asabi is
The feelings.
very unsure, but obviously trying to distract herself with her books and her looking for information. Along the journey, she'll sometimes like look like she wants to start a conversation, like she's like, and then stops herself and just goes back to reading.
Mhm.
That seems like a good level for passive, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Damon,
Yeah.
what about you?
Yeah.
Darren, when he's not distracted by trying to learn to read with whoosh, he seems like he is about to say something several times, but then he just tilts his head and goes, "No, wait, hang on." So he seems distracted. He seems like he doesn't quite know what he's supposed to do.
Okay. Sarah.
Saro has his normal, just basic nervousness about him, and that sort of childlike innocence he's always had, where he's trying to just teach himself how to whistle. But other than that, he doesn't seem to notice anything else around him with his 8 passive insight. He doesn't notice any of the weird tension. He's just kind of chilling with the horses and teaching himself.
And driving.
That too.
And driving, yeah.
Oh my
Alright.
goodness.
Varen.
For the first day or so, it's like this, like icy, like seething, like looks as if she's about to start an argument multiple times, but never opens her mouth. It's just like she moves to get ready and then just shakes it off. She keeps herself largely buried in her books, particularly the journal that she keeps on herself, the thin little journal that she pulls books, papers out of. And she never verbally checks in with someone, but often Argo will make his way over to sit near Whoosh.
Alright. Whoosh.
Whoosh at first, the hours following what happened, seemed frustrated, which slowly got replaced with a sort of confusion that hung over him for about a day or so. And is still kind of rearing its head every so often, but besides that, he seems to have mostly gotten over anything that happened. His whatever attitude he has seems to be purely depending on the situation. Happy if he's playing with dogs, intent if he's teaching Dameron, etc.
That's my poker face.
And Lyra,
Look at everybody.
Lyra, she roll insight check as well, since you wanted to
Yeah.
vibe check
Yeah.
people.
I want a vibe check, but this is gonna go bad. Yeah? It will?
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't know
Yeah, sure.
anything. Not even Sarah, I know what's going on. But then she just shakes it off and just like, yeah, it doesn't matter. I can
After
read people.
after seeing everybody and how they're doing right now, Ko's gonna speak up and say, I believe you are all more alike than you may realize.
What? What do you mean?
Why would you say that?
Because you all have goodness in you. No person would have come out of that feeling well. The fact that you all feel, for the most part, disappointed means there is good in all of you. Even though we have differing opinions on justice. But I believe in time you may all come to a compromise. This was just the first step towards that.
Well, that's a very nice thought, isn't it?
So
You may
nobody
take
else
it-
knows how to whistle?
I know how to whistle, what you're talking about.
Of course I know how to
Then
whistle.
not everyone is the same. I'm the only one who doesn't know how to whistle.
Sometimes I can whistle, but sometimes I just can't get my mouth to do the right thing. I don't know.
But like,
My,
what kind of whistle are you talking about? Are you talking about like the
Just any
normal
whistle.
whistle that you just so, or are you talking about the whistle that you put like your fingers in your mouth?
What,
and
like
you
a
just...
recreational whistle? Where it's
My
like
brother,
so obnoxious,
my
yeah.
brother used to do that. He used to come up behind
Any
me and
whistle.
go,
I can't whistle at all.
I can do
just
that,
breathe
but
out of
it's
my mouth.
really loud.
scared the living shit out of me.
I just breathe out of my mouth.
I'm gonna.
No, like
I'm gonna minor illusion.
Shut up,
I'm gonna
Bernard.
minor illusion a perfect whistle right on Sarah.
I can do that. But the voices in my head can.
My
Hmm.
dad taught me how to whistle because
Pardon?
it like. What?
Sarah?
What?
What?
Did nobody else just hear that whistle?
No.
Or did everyone just hear that whistle?
It's,
That perfect whistle that happened like 5 seconds ago.
I don't know what you're talking
heard
about.
it.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Everyone
There
heard
was
it.
no whistle.
Yeah, Co
I
made.
heard nothing at
The one that
all.
Co did, yeah.
Yeah, Co
Yeah,
Co
no.
did.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make a deception
There was
check,
no
Marin.
whistle. I don't know what you're talking
Yep.
about.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
heard it.
I'm just.
How dare you, fucker!
Wow, I never roll. I have super good deception, and I never roll well. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
They're bullshitting.
Now wait just a second. Now hold on.
Oh, wait here, one.
Sorry, like you're really fun to prank.
Whistle.
I'm
not
sorry.
whistle.
I just couldn't help it. And when, like, honestly, when I saw that even Varin was pranking you, I couldn't let it pass because, you know, when I'm going to have that kind of opportunity again? Never. So,
The
you
cat
got to take it.
hops up from where he's sitting and makes his way over. Sits on Sarah's lap. and he
Cameraman
drives
might
the-
need a scroll. Tim,
What?
the cart.
your cameraman.
What about him?
I'm not seeing things pop
The
up
rolls.
for him.
Oh shit.
The rules. He doesn't know what's happening. It's in the dark.
He's
But yet my dad taught me how to whistle with my fingers like that because, you know, it's the easiest way to call people. Sometimes also like when you're in the middle of a crowd or something that you really want to catch someone's attention, but it's not really stealthy though, and you just whistle and people look at you. But then the problem is that everyone looks at you. Yeah. It's useful to call dogs also. Like,
Right.
you
Yeah.
can, or horses. Some people.
There are
call
simpler
horses
ways of
like
getting
that.
in touch with people. But whistle.
I know, but it's like it can be a code too. Like you do 2 whistles and it means something. You do 1, it means another thing. You know.
A good whistle
Sarah
can carry pretty far
message
on a
on
pedal
Lyra.
too.
Why don't you just do this?
What?
I feel like this is better. Why don't you just? And he casts message on Lyra. Why don't you just
Yeah.
talk in heads?
Because I don't know yet. You know, like
You
when
don't
I
have to
was
throw your
training
voice?
with. No, I don't know how to like make my voice ring in someone else's head. That's what I don't know.
That's a very useful trick.
I know, like when I was studying, like to actually do what I do, I was thinking that maybe I could do that because it would be useful. Then I thought, you know, this other spell kind of like cleans my clothing. So I
Right.
thought that was more
Yeah.
important.
That is a good priority to have.
Yeah, I don't like being dirty. It's really bad.
Hmm.
So, you know, you know,
Perhaps
when
you
I was
just...
being taught, I just decided to clean my clothes was more important than actually messaging people.
That is certainly a take.
Also, I can make like things taste better, and I can make them warm, and I can. It has a lot of uses. It's not completely useful.
multifunctional.
I can light a campfire, and I can, you know, make poof, and then she'll just make a shower of rainbow sparks come into the air like this.
That's pretty.
Or, you know, I can just pretend that I'm playing, but I don't do that because I play very well. But, you know, I can pretend that I'm playing and just make some notes. It's useful. Of course, one could argue that, you know, messaging people in their heads, it's more useful, but, you know, priorities.
If I had not
I suppose.
messaged Tempest when we were in the basement, perhaps we would have died.
True,
And
that's so
everyone
good
has
that you
different
have it then.
talents.
Yeah,
Well, no matter.
and we are lucky that you have it.
Before we arrive at this town, do any of you know the basics of it?
Absolutely not.
Do I know
No, I've
anything
never
about
been there.
Trostenwald?
Not a thing.
Would I
I'm
know,
afraid.
Tim, anything about Trostenwald?
Make a history check.
Yeah, we like...
Did I pass through
been to
Trostenwald?
I
Trostenwald or
know. Yay. 14.
ever?
Nah.
When I walked on down south? Did I pass through Trostenwald or did I
When
go
you
around
walked
the
3
side?
blocks?
You would have. Yeah, you would have passed through Trostenwald, so you can make a history check with advantage.
Yeah.
Good job, Sarah.
Jesus.
Whistling,
Not
man.
paying attention.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
I gotta learn how to
Oh
whistle.
god. And I thought my 14 was bad. I
Yeah.
thought my 14
Yeah.
was bad.
With your 14, Lyris, you know that Trostenwald is famous for its particular grain that they use to create ale, or trosts, as it's known, as that is its namesake. You know that...
She would totally know that.
Yeah, absolutely. You know that there are 3 notable breweries within Trostenwald, the Baumbach, the Husseldorf, and the Von Brandt, and they all kind of compete with each other. Their major export is their grain and their ales, and the city itself borders a somewhat kidney bean shaped lake known as the Ustalak. Which is the waters from the Ustalak is what appears to give the grain their particular properties that make Trosts so well sought out. That's pretty much all you know.
So, you know, like, I'll tell them all that because I'm not going to repeat all that. So, you know, if you really want to get drunk, this is the best place ever.
No,
Well,
thank you.
Yeah.
Debatable, but
Well, they say the trusts are really good. I never tried them, though.
I am not one to get created.
It would be really fun
wine.
to see if you were, like, how you would act if you were drunk, though.
Imagine
You know,
it would be.
You know, when people
Imagine
get drunk,
if you
sometimes
fall
they're
on your
slower.
back. How does it work if you fall on your back like that? You're gonna fall on your shell.
You roll over and stand
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It does.
Imagine how slow he would talk if he was like super drunk.
Right? Right, because he already talks super slow.
Perhaps
Like,
it is
imagine
the
if you were,
perhaps
like,
it
super
makes me talk
drunk.
very fast.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. Your mind is brilliant. I was going to say that. Imagine if it's the contrary, like he talks really slow now and then he gets drunk and he's just like talks really fast all of a sudden.
He talks like you.
Yeah,
That'd be nice.
wouldn't it? Maybe you
Would
should
it?
get him to drink Trost and see.
He's supposed to be bigger than Raftengard.
Is it?
Well, what's
is
that?
it?
What was
I
the
don't know,
question?
Is it
I'm
bigger?
sorry.
Is it bigger than Raftengard?
Trostenwald
it's bigger
is
than
it is
Raftengard.
bigger than Raftengard, but not by much.
So you never had any drink at all?
In my time, they would ferment certain fruits that I was never willing.
I don't blame you. I just make people drink. I don't drink.
Hey, Elsia.
Hmm?
Check your character. Switch your things.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. I told Tim to put the avatars on so people could see the character art.
The art is very good.
It's very good. It's fun.
The art.
Haha.
And villages, forgive me for this word, but mundane. There is no magical practitioners in it at all.
In the city? I don't know. Probably. I mean, would
They
you
seem
go
to be
around
everywhere.
like going like, oh yay, hi, I'm a wizard, or
Yes.
hi, yeah, I can do.
I
Oh,
am
yes,
very
but-
proud of my abilities, so yes.
Yeah, but you know that kind of thing kind of attracts bad attention to sometimes too. You know.
Most people
Laris.
don't.
I'm sure you've noticed, but I am very different from the rest of you, so I attract attention
Really?
by default.
I didn't notice at all. I almost didn't notice.
I noticed.
Well, I'm glad you did.
Do you
It would
remember that he's a
worrisome if
turtle?
you hadn't.
I remember.
Remember, you remember?
That was the best.
Quit now.
So good.
Best boy.
Lyra's gonna pet him. You're the cutest thing I've ever seen.
Hopefully, when we reach the town, there are those that may know of the forest and the things inside.
Right. You know where's the best place to actually gather information? A tavern. Should go there.
It seems to hold true wherever I've went.
I was going to say a library, but
Well, that's too, but that depends on the kind of information they're looking for.
That is her point, yes.
What if we do both?
A genius idea.
Marvelous.
A library and a bar.
wow, don't mind, I am in awe at its power.
I feel like you're being facetious, and I'm gonna go back to
Such a-
whistling.
Right, yeah, you two
She's
guys.
an elf. It's hard to read. They always have the resting elf face.
So
And I'm gonna keep doing the perfect whistle in Sarah's ears just so he can try and imitate it.
Sarah, you just hear.
No, that's not right.
Yes, no, she was definitely being an ass.
Hey, Cinder, do you know how to whistle?
I don't have lips.
Oh, that's fair. It's not working.
You'll get there, just keep practicing. Just like with your glaive, just keep practicing. So, with that, your third day comes to a close, and you all pull off and set up rest. Begin to sleep once more in the wilderness, in the flat plains land next to the Amber Road. The night comes and goes uneventfully, and you awaken on your fourth and hopefully final day of travel as you continue northward towards the city of Trostenwald. Besides learning how to read and practicing whistling, anything you guys wish to do on this last leg of your journey?
Not really, but is there anybody else like just traveling? Have you seen too many travelers at all?
You've seen many a merchant caravan pass by heading south towards Raftengard, and most notably probably towards the Menagerie Coast.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing other than a friendly wave from the carriage driver, or no wave at all, comes from the caravans. But nonetheless, you guys continue traveling on your fourth day of travel. Eventually, night slowly begins to fall on you all, and you begin to see the silhouettes ahead of you, framed in the setting of the sun, what appears to be Trostenwald. And as you see it, you see that it is what appears to be a humble town. There are some buildings that are 2 or 3 story, but for the most part, they appear to be small little burrow-like buildings, fishing huts, that sort of thing. With the flat land of the Amber Plains, you see much of the city from your vantage point as you're entering it, and you can see immediately the most lived in and compact section is closer to what Lyris told you was the Ustalok, that is on the eastern side of Trostenwald. And as you approach into the city from the south, you see a couple of Crowns Guard just kind of put their hands up. Hail, travelers! I see you're not carrying any merchant wares. What business do you have in Trostenwald?
Just passing through. We're trying to go north.
Very well. Do you mind if we take a look in your wagon?
Be our guest.
Service to the test.
I am going to quit this game right now. This is done.
Because she's French, get it? Alright.
She has an accent.
Hey, come back.
Hey, Hazel, come back. We love you.
I hate it here.
So the 2 guards kind of flank around and just begin kind of searching through, looking at everyone, just kind of getting a good read on you. Just kind of nod. Very well, if you're looking for a place to stay, just keep going north through the city towards the northward, the North Ward, and you'll find what is the Nesselnooked Inn. So enjoy your stay and good luck on your travels. And they kind of turn and begin to continue their patrol as Sero kind of towards the horses, and slowly you begin to enter.
Mush! Nope, that's not.
Mush.
Yeah?
The
Mush.
dogs
Okay.
take off. No.
Yeah.
Mush indeed.
Ooh.
And you continue into Trostenwald.
So cute.
You continue following the somewhat dirt-like roads that lead through some kind of crossing. The air itself is somewhat fresh smelling. You have that almost fresh water scent in the air as you continue traveling until you come across a 2-story building with a sign that kind of hangs out the front that says the Nesselnook Inn. You see a spot, Sero, off to the side where horses can be hitched or wagons can be parked. You go ahead and take care of that. As you guys enter the tavern proper this late at night, most of the interior is somewhat vacant. You can see a number of people, or a handful of people at various tables, either playing cards or just taking in a late night meal. And you can see behind the counter, currently reading a book, is this human woman in her 30s, with about shoulder length blonde hair and skin that's somewhat starting to show age a bit, but not much. She just kind of looks up from her book at this eclectic bunch of individuals. Well, hello, friends. Welcome to the Nesselnook Inn. How might I be of service to you today?
Hi, we are looking for some rooms if you have any available. 7 preferably, but we will make do with less if less are available.
Unfortunately, we are but a humble inn here. We only have 3 rooms available, all upstairs. However, there is a washroom upstairs as well at the end of the hallway that you can help yourself to.
Right.
If you can double up,
Yes.
then
Oh, yes, yeah. That will be fine. That will work. Thank you.
excellent. That'd
Deal.
be 5 silver per room, so 1 gold and 5 silver for the 3. Would you require meals, drink, dross, anything such as that?
All of the
meals
above.
for all of you. Yeah. What he said. Sure. Fine.
Sarah will just place 3 gold on the counter. However much this buys us.
Well, that'll buy you 2 nights if you plan on staying that long.
That
Sure, want
sounds
to take a break?
Sure, let's pencil ourselves in for 2 nights, and if not, 1 night and a bunch of food.
Right.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Sure.
So, yeah. Are you looking to eat currently, or?
That would be
I
good.
don't see why not.
I'm
Yeah.
not very hungry, but
Yes.
We should eat. We need to have our strength.
Right. Yeah. Sure.
right.
Alright, very well. Then she kind of like takes the gold and pulls out 3 keys and hands them to you, Varen, since you're doing most of the talking. The keys to your room, like I said, they're all upstairs. If you wish to eat, currently we have what appears to be pork belly, some porridge, and potatoes on the menu. Would that suffice for the evening?
Wonderful.
Do you happen to
Sounds
have
great.
any vegetarian?
Porridge and potatoes.
I was muted. No one was hearing me because I was muted. Awesome. I was doing talking with Varin. No one heard.
Oh,
That's great.
that sucks.
That's great. That's fine. That's fine.
Did she ask for a discount?
No. She did
Then it's
not.
fine.
She did not.
Right, thank you very much.
I can see if I can scrounge up some carrots, some stuff like that, if that would suffice, sir.
I
If
just
you-
find it funny that Ivan and I trade, and now he is the vegetarian and I'm not.
I'll put that order in though. If you need anything else, my name is Yoda. Just give me a holler, okay?
Thank
So
you
do you
very
have a
much.
lot of people? Oops.
Oh, if you just kind of talked at once, I'm
Okay.
sorry, ma'am. She looks at you, Lyris.
No, you can let the bird. The bird can go first.
He's not
As-
a bird.
He is a bird.
Well,
It's just
He's the
like-
cutest
a
little bird
person.
ever.
She kind of looks over the counter towards you, whoosh. Yes?
Woosh is like shaking his head right now a bit. He goes, I was just going to ask for some of the raw pork belly for the dogs. And then he's gonna like turn, still kind of shaking his head and looking a bit confused, and begin walking to one of the tables.
It's not a bad
we
thing to be
need.
like-
Do we have a place to put the cart and the horses?
Yeah.
Did we think about
Sarah
Okay,
parked them. There was a spot to park
Good,
them.
good, good. Yeah, is this like free parking? Do we need to pay for the parking?
Like a.
No, it's
He
a-
is going up at 50.
it's
Free
it's out there
Yeah,
for This isn't Disney World. You don't have to pay for parking.
Hey, listen.
I'm listening.
New York, baby, you pay for parking everywhere.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, she takes that, orders, hands you the keys, and then rushes off to the kitchen. You just hear her begin yelling at the cooks in the back. You just hear cacophonous amounts of groans as they probably had just closed down the kitchen. And you guys take a seat with Whoosh, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Anybody else
Holding-
in this establishment?
You see two gentlemen playing cards off to the side on one table. A very weathered, like fisherman-looking human man, and what appears to be this very kind of built half-orc individual with this large mutton chop beard. And they're just kind of occasionally laughing and playing cards. You see one what appears to be like very nicely dressed half-elven man off in the corner of the room. Currently just kind of just from your passive insight, just looks very kind of like down on his luck. You can see he's wearing these very nice robes with a scarf kind of wrapped around, and he's just kind of pushing bratwurst around on his plate, just looking distressed. But those are the only people you currently see in the establishment.
Is he cute?
He's half elven, so probably yes.
I'm gonna stand up and move towards him.
Okay.
You
All
seem
right.
Go get your
you
flirt
seem
on,
sad.
babe.
You seem sad. Are you alright?
Kind of
She
looks
moves
up.
quickly.
He looks up at you and he has these emerald green eyes. This somewhat past the ear, like right at the jawline, kind of long blonde hair. Some of it kind of like falls in front of his face, and he just kind of looks up at you. Do I know you?
I just got here and I just looked around and you looked a little bit lonely, so I just thought like maybe I can sing some song or just play something for him to cheer him up a little bit. Because you looked like you're distressed or, you know. But if you want, I can just leave you alone too.
What kind of song?
Oh, I play a lot of songs. I've played many songs. I can just play the lyre too, because, you know.
Do you
I
know,
mean, it's just...
do you know the Bear and the Maiden Fair?
Do I know that? I probably do.
Out
Out of character, I don't. Out of character, I don't. Don't ask me to sing that. I do not know that song.
All black and brown and covered in hair.
Make a history
But-
check.
I hate it here.
Like, I don't... Like, the player doesn't, so she cannot do that.
Right, I know,
But,
I know.
okay.
Don't
From
worry.
here to there, from there to here, all black
Nope.
and brown and covered
You've
in
heard it,
hair.
but
No, I
you
don't.
can't think of the
I've heard.
words as he asks you.
I mean, I've heard about it, but I don't really know the notes for the song. I mean, usually I'm more like of a storyteller, but I don't like seeing people sad or down and lonely. So I thought maybe I could do
Yeah,
something
no,
to cheer you up.
that's all right. Thank you, though. Are you new in town? I don't
Yeah, we
recognize
just
you.
got here. Yes, we're not from here. We're just travelers.
Who's we?
All my friends are over there.
He kind of like
Shield's
looks
gonna
past you.
Yeah.
Is
Sabi
that a
waves.
wave.
She's keeping an eye on Lyris.
is that a turtle?
Yes, he's so cool. He's really wise. Like he says a lot of wise things. I think. It sounds wise to me, but yeah, he's super cool. And
Would Would you mind,
that's
Tabby, if I came and sat with you?
I wouldn't mind at all. Do you want me to ask them?
Excellent. And he grabs his pack and stands up.
Hey guys, I made a friend.
Oh no.
Of course you did.
He watches this half-elven man walks over to your table and just pulls a seat from a different table and sits down right next to Ko.
Oh wait, I didn't ask your name.
Oh, I 1,000 pardons. My name is Enchantasilrus. Enchantasilrus Igor.
And I'm Lyris.
Thunder.
I see.
Yes, I'm here on assignment, and he's just looking at you, Ko. Where do you hail from, friend?
I forgot the name of the forest. Give me a second. The top of the queue.
Weird ass jungle.
There we go.
Horse guy, right?
In the jungle.
I hail from
In the jungle.
the Kuraska jungle outside
the mighty
Necropolis.
jungle. The turtle sleeps tonight.
In the Menagerie Coast.
Lyris.
Yes. Why does this interest you?
I've not seen a turtle in person, so I was I was intrigued. But more than that,
Whoa.
have you ever heard of Deathbane berries?
Have I?
Make a history check.
Have I?
My character, who is a turtle, who probably has, but me, no.
You can make a history check with disadvantage, Varun.
I would love to know about these berries, please.
The
14.
name's super cool.
14.
14.
19.
Ko, you've vaguely read about him in one of your people's shamanistic books once. Not a whole lot comes to your mind. Varin, you've heard about them. Deathbane is a small kind of herbaceous bush that grows tiny black berries. The berries themselves are very tart and bitter, and each contains a large seed. The bushes themselves, which is still kind of a bewilderment to most scholars, grow in any climate. Warm, cold, doesn't matter. If they're planted either on accident or on purpose, they grow. The thing about them that people kind of search them out the most for, however, are their actual benefits to help essentially stave off death, whether it be very short term or not. The berries themselves are largely thought to be a myth, but there are some alchemists who believe in their existence and who actively try to seek them out to learn how to replicate or mass produce their magical properties. That's what you know.
And Pardon me if I may be so bold. What would you want with these berries?
But I was sent here on assignment by my betters to find them. Apparently, there is a small grove on the other side of the Oosterloch that these berries grow in, and well, the reason, as your friend pointed out, that I look so down on my luck is because I paid a group of mercenaries to retrieve these berries for me, but it seems that I was swindled. I believe they took my money and left town. In my haste, I paid them beforehand, like an idiot. So,
Right. You have a name on this
Insight check
group?
on this story.
what's that?
Oh,
Insight check on that story.
Roll insight check.
Yeah, can I roll as well?
Yeah.
24.
Jesus.
Why isn't it?
How does it feel like, Ivan, to be wise?
I love it.
Yeah, 24. He isn't lying. He's being sincere. And he does very well seem distressed and like he lost a lot of money. They were supposed to set out this
Do
morning.
they have like a name or something? Like,
Yeah, a name on this group, perhaps?
I didn't get one. Their leader was a Goliath man named Malcon, I think. But
Alright.
Everyone in this world a bandit.
I'm sorry.
Yes. Unrelated. These. You say that they're on the other side of the lake?
Yes, on the other side of the lake. The only way to get there is to travel the Oosterloch, which I hear is quite dangerous. So I wanted someone else to retrieve them for me for a substantial amount. And I'm afraid that they took all my gold. But judging from the look of you all, you seem quite capable.
Well,
I don't.
When
I
you say
don't.
dangerous, what do you mean?
Well, there's many myths and legends about the Oosterloch, about the Crooked Stone. If you look out over the Oosterloch, you'll see two islands. One of them called the Crooked Stone. Something about a witch and a hut. I don't really remember them. I'm not from here. But, it's supposedly haunted or dangerous, or there's large alligators. There's a bunch of different stories. I'm not really sure.
Right. How many of these berries do you need?
I mean, I need at least a full bush, but there's apparently quite a bit on the other side, because no one ever goes over there. The fishermen have no reason to.
Right.
My friend, could you go back a moment? It's you say you are an enchanter.
By trade, yes, and by title, I suppose, according to the Sultrist Academy.
I've only met a handful of wizards, as the outside world calls them, since my pilgrimage began. Do you know anything particular about
He pulls
how
out a very thick journal as you're talking. Continue.
about how magic is organized here in the Empire?
wait here.
As you finish talking, he begins writing. And what pilgrimage would that be exactly? I'm just curious. I have not met many tortoises.
Like well, you know, why don't you like first answer his question and then maybe he can answer yours?
That would be fair.
Apologies, sorry. He puts the quill in the book and closes it.
Also, you went to the Solstice Academy?
Well, I work there,
Yes,
technically.
most wizards go to the
Oh,
academy.
you
It's
work
fine.
I mean, it's such a posh place.
But anyhow, yes, I know how magic and mages and that sort of thing is structured in the Empire. Why do you ask?
Because, as I'm sure you've noticed, I am outside of that structure, and I was wondering if I am safe being here in the Empire.
What do you mean?
Well,
There are many a racist in the Empire. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, but I think you'll be fine. You're
I
not
was
like
merely
you're not wanted, are you?
fearing. No, but I was merely fearing that maybe they decide to control my magic and myself.
Not
To
your
not-
magic.
Oh. Well, the Empire has been known to step in if a mage has been deemed destructive and a threat to the Imperial Way, but for the most part, you should be fine.
Thank you. I
So
was
divine
merely...
worship is restricted, but not arcane practicing.
Exactly. You just have to be careful because there are only a few gods that are allowed. So that could get you in trouble.
That could. You could get a mighty fine, and if you are charged again with that same offense, you can go to jail for some time. But to answer your question, yes, magic is restricted a little bit. But were it not for magic, the Empire wouldn't really be where it is now. So not restricted as much.
Without her magic, the world wouldn't be where it is.
And furthermore, religion is restricted because of the rebellion that tried to happen. At this point, a couple of decades ago, it was religious based. That's why religion is restricted.
It's just a form of controlling and making sure that the Empire doesn't lose power. But you know,
Correct.
Very well. And I'm sure you cannot fault me for holding to the beliefs of my tribe. As long as I don't preach them, I should be fine.
Oh, absolutely. You, as long as you're not seen to be a heretic and preaching about an idol that is not allowed within the Empire, you'll be completely fine. False idol worship is against the law, but about this pilgrimage, and he kind of opens his book back up.
it seems everyone
Every
is more interesting than me, but that's fine.
every 15 years or so, a turtle is allowed to go outside his tribe to experience the world, come back with more stories. My tribe is special in that during this journey we also collect spells that we bring back. Magic for the tribe.
Tribe of turtles collect magic.
If I feel
what
that
purpose?
what I keep saying might put me in danger, I might just stop talking.
I'm not a lawmaster. I'm not going to report you for anything.
So
We've only just
don't
met
you
our new friend
wizards-
here. I'd be careful.
Don't you wizards also collect magic?
No,
Of course,
we
yes.
do for the study and whatnot, but to hear about a turtle clan collecting
difference?
magic is...
Well, the main difference is that here in the outside world you sell spells to each other. In my tribe we share them and grow stronger as a unit.
Interesting. And your pilgrimage is for one of your own to go out and collect...
Bring more. Exactly.
Fascinating. Has your tribe ever let outsiders in?
Once. And she seems to have the same interests you have. She is writing our histories, our sagas.
What is her name?
Time to read the notes. Time to read the notes.
Good question. You got me there.
Her name is Celestina. She is a Firbolg, a sorceress.
Really?
She seems
A
to be an
Firbolg
explorer.
sorceress. Wow. I've only met one Firbolg magic practitioner in the Empire. That's incredible.
She stumbled upon us while exploring the jungles. And she had no ill intent, so we peacefully allowed her in.
He kind of like closes his journal. Thank you for the information. I don't wish to pry further, and you don't have to tell me your secrets, but that shed some light on a lot of cloudiness that history books have about turtles.
Well, that might help you in the overall history of our race. But My tribe is singular and unique. Most turtles are nomadic. We are settlers.
Interesting.
Now about these berries.
Yes, sorry. New information always gets me sidetracked.
Of course, I understand.
Anyways, judging from the look of you all, you seem quite capable. While I have no coin to offer you, I do have. He rummages through his pack and pulls out this long wooden box and kind of sets it on the table and opens it. And you see inside what appears to be this kind of spiraled oak polished wand. That comes to a sharp point at the end of it. I would be more than happy to offer you this as payment for recovering me a large bush of these berries.
What is it?
Yes, like that. Yeah, we know that, but what does it do?
Is it simply a focus, or does it have special properties? Is the question they're asking.
Wouldn't be much of an enchanter if it just focus. But no,
Right.
it has.
But
it
I
has-
thought maybe your name was Enchanter because you're enchanting.
Well, that's my title. I'm so used in the Empire to say my title.
He totally didn't get it. I just don't know.
The wand itself. Sorry. This wand in particular is essentially a wand of magic detection. It can detect magical things, spells, items, magical traps, that sort of thing.
Curious.
And you can use
That
it.
could be useful.
You can use it up to 3 days. I'm sorry, 3 times a day. At which point its magic has to recharge the following morning.
Well, that would be supremely useful, yes. I am very interested in all that you've told me, but I cannot speak for my companions.
Well, we have procured at least multiple days here. I see no reason why we can't help.
You want to help me for a nice stick?
I'll be very in your debt, and if it
Well-
would make the offer even sweeter, I'm even willing to throw in a favor down the line sometime for you. If you ever in
That is good. I
Rexington.
really like that. I really like
That is
that.
good.
Favors are really good.
I'm really
Favors are always
I'm really
good
in
to
a bit
have.
of a pickle with everything that's going on with them swindling me.
Well, that happens if you don't know how to. Like, you have to understand that sometimes you have to know what you're dealing with, and sometimes you deal with, mercenaries that are really honest, and sometimes they are just, thieves. You have to go to
they
the
seemed
right
forthright
connections and
enough,
the right
but-
channels.
Suppose you're correct.
Hmm. And what are
That
the
was-
off chance that we will meet this group? Could they
Probably zero.
have simply taken your money and also been interested by these berries themselves?
That is a possibility. I didn't actually think about that.
We shall see, I suppose.
We shall.
Also,
Assuming
Dameron,
everyone is on
it's not
board.
just a stick. It's a stick that you can point to things, and if they're magical, it probably glows or something.
Well, I may not be a stick, but I have a similar talent.
But then you don't really use that talent. You just use the stick.
True.
And you
You don't
save
have
your
to waste
talent
the
for something
energy
else.
all the time.
Yes.
Well, these things are beyond me.
Dameron,
But I'm totally okay with favors. Favors are super good to have.
suffice it
want.
to say that if we pursued this, I would also be in your debt.
How so?
That
You'd
is
be-
all I'm
you would
willing
be
to
in-
offer at this point. I'm asking for a favor.
You'd be in my
What
debt.
do you want, berries?
Dameron, my friend. His debt.
Sorry.
I'm asking for a favor here.
So that
You want
means
some of the
that
berries?
Perhaps. But it's no matter.
I suppose we're not
So-
in a rush.
No,
So
we are
that
not.
means that we can collect that favor later with you?
And I'm kind of curious about these dangers he spoke of.
Right, you'll get a little bit of combat, more than likely.
I don't know if the
But for the
dangers
rest of
are.
us, we'll get
Yeah,
the
I'm not.
wand.
I'm not sure if they're legitimate or not. It's just stories that people have said. That's why I didn't want to. But there are plenty of
That's often
fishermen
a bit of
who.
truth to the story, so.
Yeah, there are plenty of fishermen who go out on the Oosterlak every day and come back just fine. So, one such fisherman, the one that I actually procured for this expedition, named Theodore Hamlin, he's waiting still for my people to arrive so he can ferry them across the Oosterlak, but
Oh, that saves problem. That saves one trouble, because I was going to, like, say that we had to convince a fisherman to take us across, but now you don't have to, because you already did.
Hmm.
I think that's what smart people do.
If you do
Whoosh,
not
Sarah.
mind, my friend, hopefully you'd allow us some rest before we even start.
oh, of course, yes, I wouldn't want you to travel there at night. That's incredibly dangerous.
Hmm.
Yes. Well, tomorrow morning then, assuming, and she turns to the two who have not spoken up, Whoosh and Sarah, assuming everyone is okay with this?
Sarah gives the thumbs up from the corner.
I am excited to hear more about these berries. He says like with a small shrug.
Okay, good then. In the morning we set off, and perhaps we can help this man out.
2 favors. We're gonna have 2 favors. That's going to be great.
Oh no, just one.
Right.
Well, one from you and one from Varen.
Yes, of course.
Right.
Certainly. Right, okay. Is there anything else we can do for you?
Oh,
Sure, or are we done?
Are
Uh,
you staying here?
are you going to eat those potatoes? Quite famished. I don't have any money to buy food.
She pushes the food towards him. She eats only like half of it.
They gave me bratwurst as a free meal in my room, but it's boiled and it's disgusting.
Isn't that good? Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I shall have it then.
He grabs the potatoes and eats them.
Right. Okay. Good. In the morning we set out.
Wait, Tim. First things first. What time is it? It's not like super late, is it?
It's a night. Yeah, it's like past dusk or past sundown.
Okay, but okay. I'm gonna go to the tavern keep and ask her, Madam, do you happen to know of any stores or places where information is shared? Like, what does the outside world call it? A library.
No, there's no libraries here, but I believe there's a bookstore.
Hmm.
What's the name of that? Burnished Biblios or something like that.
And do you know? And I point out my empty sack of coin and go, do you know if they allow perusing without purchasing?
I don't. I've never been there myself. Oglin's a little crotchety, so I tend to stay away.
It's okay. If you need money, we can figure it out.
Laris, do you mind accompanying me?
No.
I shall very much like to see if he is awake right now.
At this hour, probably not. But I can
Most
come with you,
shops
it's no problem.
besides us and the old Mudhole Tavern are all closed after sundown. Per Watchmaster Noda's instruction.
I'm,
Or Lawmaster.
I'm not used to schedules on stores. New concept.
Right.
People have to sleep.
True. But we enjoy the night sometimes.
People enjoy the nights too, but it's just mostly drinking.
Very well.
Speaking
And I
of-
shall wake up early and see what I can find.
Speaking of enjoying the night, I'm going to go take a walk by the lake. So, I will be back later.
Handful.
Is the enchanter
Uh,
gone
of
now
course.
or still on their table?
As she,
No, the enchanter's still
as
there.
Varen walks away, Lazuli climbs on her shoulder,
And he can feel the cat whine between his feet.
and the lizard will stay on your shoulder.
The cat's on her shoulder.
No, the cat.
Oh,
As Lazuli is on
okay.
her shoulder, he feels the cat whine between his legs.
Got it.
I'm watching you. You're watching me. I understand this.
Trade familiars. You can go back.
You're watching. I'm watching you. You're watching me. Is the enchanter gone already, or he's still with us?
I think he's just chilling at our table.
He's chilling. Okay.
He's just eating his potatoes, just kind of sitting there.
I'll go over there and have we don't have to RP. It's just small talk about what he does, because Ko is very interested in how enchanters work outside
Hey, Whoosh.
that jungle.
Hey,
so.
Whoosh.
Hmm?
I saw something interesting in the other, like, that table over there. Do you want me help? Like, I need your eyes. Can you help me?
Sure.
Yeah, she's gonna drag him away from the enchanter and away from everyone.
Okay.
And she's gonna look at him and say, "Listen," and very low. I don't know if you've been in the Empire before, probably, but I don't want you to be in trouble because of your symbol. So, I don't know what god that is. I just know that I don't recognize it among the, allowed one. It's kind of dangerous. So, I don't know. Do you have a way, like, to hide it while we are out? Just so you don't get arrested.
I get under my robes, but you don't have to worry. It would never be recognized as a symbol of a god.
Oh, really?
To anyone else, it is a pretty necklace. You've just seen me use it.
That's good. That's good. Because I was trying to tell you that since we got into the Empire, and I just, I didn't want to offend you, because apparently, like, calling you a bird is offensive. I don't know why, but, all right.
Calling me a bird is fine. I think Asavi is a little touchy right now, is all.
Yes, like, everything I say is offensive. I don't get it. But I like her. She's nice. It's just like, you're a bird. You're super cute. But you're a bird.
Thank you.
Anyway, if you ever need any help, like, to hide things and, to make anything disappear, just let me know. I can find a way.
Of course.
All right, let's go back. My God, it was just a rat. No, it wasn't a rat. It was a cockroach. I don't know. It was something. Maybe it's just my eyes. I'm just tired and I'm seeing things.
That's why you didn't hear me, because I was muted. Before Varen goes off on her walk, how are we divvying up rooms for the night?
Oh shit! Yes, the keys.
I mean,
My bad.
it's 3 rooms, right? 2, 2, and 3.
Yes, 3 rooms. I figured you would all.
Split it up as 2, 2, and 2 because
Pick
Sarah's just gonna
roommates.
sit in the tavern.
That is true.
Right, Sarah does not sleep.
Sleep.
Yeah, okay.
I
Right,
can sleep with Cameron. I'll be teaching him how to read again tonight anyways.
All right. So that's 2, and she hands the key to Whoosh.
I don't mind. Whatever you
Asavi
guys
with
want.
me?
Yeah, I can stay with my friend
Yes.
or social friend. That's not a
Of
problem.
course. And she hands Asavi the key. I would not want to lose it. So. And she
Got
hands
it.
the key to Lyris.
Thank you.
And then,
Varen,
yes.
be careful.
Always. She sweeps out.
Actually, she's made a really good point. So, Whoosh will look at you and nod, and you can have a vigilant blessing. You have advantage for your next initiative roll.
Oh, sick. All right.
Nice.
Nice.
Just in case you get jumped.
In case you
Yeah.
get jumped.
You see, you get that in both
Jumps.
games. You get it like you're getting it in
So
both games
good.
now.
Hey, and when we find Dunamancy, baby, I will be giving it to someone else. Give me that. All right. Sick, yeah.
All right.
It's walk
So
time.
Severin exits into the night air of Trostenwald. As the
But
rest
yeah,
of
once
you.
I'm back, I'm gonna sit down next to the enchanter and be like this. Okay, tell me everything about the Solstice Academy. And like chin on her, like her chin on her hand like this and looking at him.
Well, what do you wish to know?
I mean, I heard it's a very big place with a lot of intelligent people. How is
Mhm.
it like? Like, do you stay like there and just like?
There are dormitories,
Dorms,
of
do you-
course, but you can
do you-
stay in your own home as well if you're from Rexentrum.
What do you do for fun?
Rexentrum's a very big city. There's all sorts of things to get into. I myself, for fun, read.
Is... Well, that's not the kind of fun I'm talking about. I mean, like.
I'm afraid
do
the kind of fun you're
you
talking about, I
dance?
probably don't partake in.
Right, because like you dance or you know you just. Do you
Rex,
have?
we do have. Beg your pardon?
Never mind. You probably just like. Do you dance? Like, do you have balls that you have to dress up and look pretty?
We have the Ember Ball, which is on the eve of Embertide. So yes.
By the way, I'm glad that sentence continued. Do you have balls? Oh, man.
We also have a Baron's Eve ball as well. But yes, we have dances. They're very posh and nice and upscale, I suppose. Not really my scene, but people do enjoy them.
What is your scene?
Libraries. Enchantment laboratories.
Yeah, think of yeah. But and you never like go out and like in the taverns and drink and sing and stay and talk to people at all.
I occasionally have a glass of red with a nice book at night, but that's pretty much it. Why are you so interested in my life?
Oh my. I don't know. I
She's
just,
interested
like,
in everyone's life.
Oh.
Well, that's not the lie, but it's also because you're pretty, and I like talking to pretty people.
His face just flushes red. Right, well, luckily I prepaid for my room, so I'm going to see you all in the morning. Thank you so much. What was your name? I'm sorry. He looks at you, Ko.
I am Ko.
Excellent. Ko. Thank you. Be sure to write that down. Thank you so much for your information. I hope to talk to you again, perhaps when you get back from the Usadlock. The rest of you, good evening. And he kind
Take
of gets
care.
up
Sleep well.
and grabs his things, puts his journal back in his bag, and walks off towards one of the rooms on the bottom floor.
Once he's boring as shit. Like, oh my god. Like his idea of fun is like sitting down with a book and a wine.
Then why did you express any
Sounds very
interest?
pleasant.
Why give him the time of day?
Mama Bianca invaded.
Oh yeah, she did.
Yeah.
Help me set up my phone.
Hey, it'd be like
baby.
that sometimes.
Oh, the forehead kiss was so
Mom,
sweet.
smile.
It was so
It was so
sweet.
sweet.
I can't even. Like, I have to say, she got a new iPhone today because it was
Aw.
Mother's.
We saw it.
Mother's
It
Day.
was-
Yeah, Mother's Day birthday that my sister bought her, but she doesn't know how to use it, and my sister is with her new boyfriend, and she can't teach it, so she's coming to me.
Sister has a
Anyway,
boyfriend?
Yeah, she's kind of. Yeah, she's kind of.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anyways,
kinda getting to
we
know
could
someone.
talk about
Anyway,
that later.
back into the game.
Yeah,
Anyway,
we'll
smile.
later.
I mean, what kind of fun is that? Like, you sit down with a book and a wine. That's like super boring.
Sounds very pleasant.
And boring. Like,
That's the
where's the
part.
people and the people dancing and singing and having fun?
Not
It
everyone
all,
likes loud, boisterous.
from he described of this academy, it all seems very ostentatious and
Boring.
useless. To me,
I mean,
magic is magic, and it does not require anything more
you
grandiose.
know what it sounds like? Like something that Varin would like.
From what I've seen of her, what she likes may surprise you.
I don't know. I don't know how she. Like, I'm not very good at reading people usually, but you know, she's even worse because she's an elf, and you know, she's super old probably, because all like elves are super old usually, and she's probably sick and tired of everything. But I think that there's something else there. Like guys, she owes us a favor now.
I'm
I
certain.
think she owes Dameron
Favors are
a
super.
favor.
I'm certain she was only speaking to Dameron.
Well, I don't care who owes a favor, but someone does. And favors are super important to have. You should always keep that in mind. If anyone actually offers you a favor in repayment for something, sometimes it's more worth it than money.
That makes sense. Depending on
Favors
who
are
it is.
dangerous.
I agree.
Well, sometimes
And one
having
favor
favors
doesn't
with the
equal
right-
another.
Not
No.
necessarily.
But favor is a favor, and sometimes if you have like favor with the right people, it can save your life. So anyway, you guys are not boring. Well, Varin is kind of boring, but all of you aren't.
Well, I'll be sorry to just
Wow.
disappoint you
I'm
because
sure that I trust when you say that, because I see how you talk about people when they're not there. And if you'll excuse me, I'm going upstairs. Good night,
Well,
everyone.
I talk about people when they're there too. I don't have a
Yes,
problem.
you
I
do.
told her to. Yeah. So
Savi gets up
I'm
and
going
walks away.
upstairs.
I have no problem. I would just tell her in the face that she's born. I probably already did. You know.
Well, Iris, I shall retire as well.
Yeah, this tavern is kind of empty, so I'm just going to go too. There's no one like to sing.
And I'm gonna go to the room and immediately go blind and deaf to see what
That's
the
what
Zulu
we
is.
expect.
Yep. As you
Well,
do that,
Yeah, you have 100 feet of limit on that. Just keep that in mind.
No, I think
Wait a
he does
minute.
100 feet of controlling him. but he
Controlling
can
it. I can see
Yeah.
wherever it is.
Are you
Yeah.
sure?
Yeah.
Until
You have
I-
100
done it
feet.
wrong then.
100 feet to
Wow.
tell you what to do.
That's
Yeah.
there's
Well, I've always done it wrong then.
it goes back and forth. Even sage advice is said either way. So
Yeah.
I just go with the more fun route.
Okay. Then I'll remind that. I'll remember that when I use Virton on Thursday because
I've reminded you
I always
that
was
as
taught-
Bearden a couple of times.
Yeah, I was always thought that you could see 100 feet and then you black out because also
can
that's
only
how
communicate it
I
with-
saw in Critical Role. So yeah.
Yeah.
You can only communicate with it up to 100 feet.
Alright.
But anyways, Varen, as you exit into the north ward of Trostenwald, somewhat quaint, humble market area of the place, you see a couple of Crown's Guard carrying torches, patrolling. The night itself is a little nippy, but not too bad. What are you doing?
She just walks by the lake. She takes a nice long stroll out in the evening air, just some stargazing. Does Ko speak Elvish?
No.
Then he does not understand. She speaks to herself in Elvish for a long time.
So you somewhat the most eastern and most central ward of Trostenwald, the Lock Ward that borders the Ustaloch. You can see as you're walking there, and there are a number of docks, and the buildings in this area are, very quaint-looking fishing huts essentially. You see 5 to 6 main dock structures of this ward protrude into the lake itself. That look like it's probably where people dock their fishing boats and other water vessels. You see that there's a smithy in this part of Trostenwald that is currently closed, the Jackalware Smiths, as well as another tavern, the old Mudhole Tavern. But nonetheless, you can hear the faint kind of faint waves of the lake, as this is a very low and plains area, so there's not much to buffet the wind, so it does push the water up a bit. Of the Usalak itself, it's quiet. You can occasionally hear a soft cricket here and there. Occasionally the ribbits of frogs, but nonetheless. What do you wish to do?
Does this tavern seem to be more of a party place than the one we were at?
The tavern itself appears to be kind of a hole in the wall. It's kind of a dive bar look to it. Not kind of unremarkable. You see, it's called the Old Mudhole. The tavern itself is very small. It looks like it's a slightly larger hut structure than the other homes in this part of the city. But you do hear faint lyre music coming from the interior.
I am probably well outside of message range at this point, yeah?
Correct, yeah.
Damn. Then I don't bother. It's gonna tell Lyris, hey, it's a party, but I don't bother. She'll pick up just a couple of, like, small little rocks and pebbles, and then she'll make her way to the end of one of the emptier docks and just sit for a while, talking to herself. And every once in a while, just as a sort of like, I know you're still here, she'll give the lizard a little scratch on the head. She just throws the rocks out into the Ustalak. And monologues.
Wish to say out loud?
None of these people would know it, because the only person that could hear it was Ko, and he doesn't understand. So, keep it to myself.
So, you do that for how long?
Like an hour.
An hour? The rest of you find rest for the evening? Except Sarah?
Asabi's gonna wait up for Vern to come back.
But what he might see, depending on where the lizard is positioned, the vantage point, she worries the same ring
Right on your shoulder.
on her left hand for like 30 minutes.
Okay.
Because she just rambles.
Mm-hmm.
Rambles in Elvish. Eventually, as the rest of you find rest for the evening, return to the... heading upstairs to your room, and you see Asabi sitting in the single bed, I'm assuming, waiting. Because there's only a single bed in these rooms.
Okay. She's pulled out the tapestry and is kind of sitting on the floor with her just like back up against the bed and like staring at the tapestry like it's frustrated her. When Vern enters. Oh good. I was hoping you wouldn't be out too late.
You know, the sky is nice tonight. Perhaps you get some more stargazing done. It's quiet. You waited?
Yes. I wanted to ask you something.
Of course.
And I know this may be personal, but I'm learning and not always sure of myself, and I feel like if we're going to be in each other's company for a while, that having a little bit more understanding might go a long way.
Curious. And she sits on the opposite wall and just stares at you, staring at the tapestry.
When I use this and the other things.
Her eyes flicker to your belt and back up to you.
I'm seeking guidance from someone who I don't think is allowed here. And I didn't. And that makes me nervous, and I didn't know if you were the same way,
I have.
or if yours comes from somewhere else.
I have lived a long time. And the older I get, the more I find there is less room in my life for deities and gods. They listen, but there is only so much they can do. My looking is more towards the universe than it is towards an entity. If that makes any sense.
No, I'm
And
struggling to understand the distance. I don't understand how it works now.
You barely understand. It is just sort of the nature of the trade.
But it used to be right in front of me. It used.
Curious. Are you starting over?
I think so.
Scary. I understand it.
She kind of fiddles with the belt at her side. I asked for guidance. I offered, and I'm still lost.
It will come with time. You asked, and from the gifts you receive, it seems someone has listened.
Yeah. I think I envy your independence.
It comes from an upbringing. I envy your sense of togetherness. Your compassion for people who deserve no compassion. It's curious. I don't understand it, but I could.
It's not that I don't agree with what you were saying the other day. Sometimes you have to make hard decisions. Sometimes you have to do what needs to be done. My family's never shirked from that, and neither have I, but I feel less and less like I know what needs to be done. I don't know anymore how do you make that call?
I make it because I recognize that nobody else was going to. I want to make something clear about who I am as a person, specifically to you, because the more I speak, the more similar we seem. I would have taken no joy from what I was doing to those thugs. It would not have brought me pleasure to end them, but it was the logical decision. And I make the logical decision.
That's what I try to do.
Logic is not always what's best, though. Sometimes it is nice to let your heart lead you where you can. I'm not saying you were right there. In fact, I think that it was an incredibly bad decision. But in order to know what is the right decision, you have to make a few bad ones first. I've certainly made my fair share of decisions that I wish I could go back on.
I try to be logical. I try to think through things. This never hurt me.
Having a heart.
I know I get
and
too emotional sometimes.
Having a heart
I
and
don't-
listening to it is not a weakness. It's something I've been working on. Being more like you. Perhaps not so bleeding heart, but having one. I was making progress. There's been a few setbacks, but I'll get there.
You're trying to be more like me,
To not
and
let
I'm more
such
like you.
stone cold logic guide. Yes, it is this. I am this way because it is the only way I know to be. A middle ground is preferable, admittedly. Although if any of the others asked me, I would say that I was always right, because I am.
Oh, of course.
Naturally.
They won't hear otherwise from me, I promise.
I'm going to ask you something that is very weird, and I was going to wait longer, but tonight seems like the night. And she reaches into her journal. She pulls out a page, and she wraps it up and ties it with, like, a piece of string or twine or ribbon or something. She hands it to you, and she says, I have written explicit instructions for what must happen if I am to fall with you people in combat and you are to live. I have things that I need done, cannot get done if I die. And after what happened at Lady Raff's, the way I fight, I am very weak. I'm a weak person. And I know that you will understand, and you will finish what I started. If you have to. And I pray that you don't. But I'm trusting you with this, and to not open it if you don't have to. This is very hard for me. Trust is icky.
I promise that I will not open it until you tell me to, or until you are dead. Though I hope that never comes to pass.
I am insight checking this. As much as I want to just believe it, she wouldn't. I am insight checking this.
Go ahead.
Please. Please.
Asavi, roll
Pretty
the
please.
appropriate check. Whisper it to me.
Wow.
Oh!
I know.
Wow!
I know anyway. So please.
Fine, but still.
I had a
You can toggle it on your character sheet to
Your
whisper.
yeah.
God, I'm so nervous.
Okay. You know, Varin, that in that moment Asavi is being completely honest and open with you.
Okay. Yeah. And she's not looking at you when she hands it to you.
She'll take it.
Right, and I will owe you one for this trust.
I want to ask you a similar favor, but the things I want to do wouldn't help anyone but me. Let's hope it doesn't come to it.
I will lend you my service as long as I stand. And as long as this little band of ours sticks together. And even if they don't, perhaps if you'd like a traveling companion, I'll be busy for the next couple of years at least, so.
She's gonna extend her hand.
She takes. Gives it a good shake.
It is wonderful to meet you. My name is Asavi Kores, and I'm from Vasselheim.
Varin Althea. Sadash first, but Rexentrum mostly.
Lovely to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you as well.
She's gonna dig in her bag, find a little scrap of like dark navy blue fabric, very similar to the tapestry, and sew the little slip into a corner of the tapestry.
It's after the handshake that Lazuli disappears.
Fuck! I forgot about the lizard! Fuck!
I was wondering when he was gonna say that.
Fuck! God damn it! And my character's smart enough too! God damn it! That's just me being an idiot!
When you
Fuck!
When you get wrapped up, you get wrapped up.
Sly dog.
I feel the lizard disappear off my shoulder, yeah?
You do, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I reach into my bag and I grab a dagger and I'm headed for Koza.
Varen! Shit! Sorry, fellas. No. Calm down. What's going on?
I'm already in the room with Ko because we're sharing, so we're
I have to have a
just
talk with my friend, and she slips the knife into the holster that she keeps her wand, and she holds her coat over it and bangs on the door.
Okay. Ko and Lyris, you're both here.
He's listening
he's
now,
just standing
right?
there like,
He's
Yeah, I can
not
hear now.
deafened.
Yeah.
What? I might not be proper.
My apologies, Lyris. Ko and I need
I'm
to have
joking.
a chat.
Right, okay. All right.
Very well. And he
I was
lumbers.
just joking.
He stands up and lumbers over to the door and opens it.
You, follow me. And she gives you a tight smile.
Hey, if you need
Have
anything, if
power.
she's killing you, just scream. She looks mad.
I think I'll be fine.
I'll make sure she doesn't do anything, Iris.
Okay. Alright.
Varen.
Closes.
You.
Hmm.
And her hand is shaking and like twitching towards her coat, but it doesn't move.
Mhm.
You in the business of collecting private knowledge on people, or is it just a hobby?
Well,
What?
I'm only a curious person.
Right. I'm sure you are. And, if you're curious about what I'm going to do now, it hurt you if you don't forget what you heard.
Marin,
A herd.
I hope you
The
understand.
lizard's not just a lizard, Savi. I went for a walk, I cleared my head, I was in a good mood, and I forgot about the fucking lizard. Gosh.
Marin,
Did you hear
you
what we said?
Everything. Everyone.
you seem to understand that I would use this against you. I have never been this type of person.
Well,
Trust
forgive me
me.
for the suspicion. I've only just met you, and the first thing you do is pry on my secrets.
That is on me. In my tribe, we share everything, and I am not used to the outside world yet. I apologize. Sincerely.
I'm insight checking this.
What's that
Please?
check?
Can I please have an insight
Sam?
check?
I mean, you don't need to, he's telling the truth.
Where are they?
Yeah.
Where did they go
Get
to?
in the hallway, I guess?
No, we
Okay.
went to our room.
Okay.
Our,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Follow me to
told
my
them,
room.
follow me back
Is
to our
there
bedroom.
anything that can
Oh,
be
shit.
heard through the walls?
No.
I
I
apologize.
want to make one thing explicitly clear. People on the outside, they specialize in secrets, sort of a thing. And whatever I want to share with you, I will share with you to your face.
Very well. I was simply curious about the most likable wizard I had met so far.
Well, I apologize for spoiling the mood. And her hand moves away from the spot on her coat that she was hovering over, and she just straightens herself out.
You haven't. If anything, you have proven my suspicions. I oddly respect you more. We will make a good partnership. Do not
So,
worry.
assuming you forget everything you just held, more than happy to.
That is something that is impossible. But I am not in the business of spreading information. I do not care.
Right. Well, it's a good thing for you that you don't. She pats him on the shoulder. Have a good evening.
I think it'd be best if you left.
I am already leaving. And I left.
If there's like a nightstand, she paces for a second in the room, sort of like a caged animal, and if there's a nightstand, she just stabs the fucking thing into the nightstand.
You stab into the nightstand and it adds more stab marks.
It's a mimic.
Into the
It's a mimic.
It's a mimic.
And it attacks you.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
When Cole returns, she was mad. I've seen her mad, but that was really, she was mad.
Oh, by the way, Argo is curled up under his bed.
Yeah.
So.
She is an interesting person. Only the second wizard I have met. Severely the one with the most potential. I am interested.
Right. Well, I want to say that if she tries to hurt you, let me know. I like you. I don't want you to get hurt.
Do not worry of my well-being. You will come to me in time.
Alright. Just saying. Also, I'm not even gonna roll to perceive the cat, because 11 passive.
No, the cat's very clear out of the bed. I imagine.
It followed you up there. It was mowing.
Yeah.
I
don't think it was meowing.
Yeah, go ahead.
But
Okay.
Familiars make zero
I don't-
noise unless you
No, I
make
mean,
them.
I don't.
Can
I'm
I,
saying
can I
I'm
bop
not.
it? If I could bop it wherever I want, when I got him out of the room, maybe I bopped it out of the bed. You don't know. Maybe it didn't even fall at all.
I don't notice.
what you
it,
wish.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Who cares? Nah.
So
This is
not
a clear,
perceptive.
like, I don't trust you. He's just chilling under your bed. And he'll
So,
probably
even-
hop on
even-
top of you at one point.
yeah, even with Ghost Pass Perception, he doesn't see the cat either.
Yeah,
yeah,
not
If
even.
he were
He's just chilling
if he
under
were to
the
drop something and like look, he would see it. But
Yeah. No.
But I know it's near me because it did fucking brush against my legs like earlier.
Yeah,
so,
when she left the tavern, yeah.
yeah, it's been following me.
Yeah.
You know, you seem like a wise person, right? Like you sometimes you say super wise things. So back in the field, right? So the bandits. People don't understand why I didn't want them to die. And I feel like perhaps you could understand me.
Whereas when anyone makes an aggressive action against me or my people, we've often left them in the swamps to die. It is our version of justice.
Were criminals, and they wouldn't have stayed there. They would have found a way out. But I didn't feel like I didn't want to kill them because you
The
never know.
means-
Maybe one of them, there is like a little girl waiting for them at home and they don't come back.
Then
What if
perhaps
there is
their
a little
father
girl?
should have done something different.
Maybe they had no choice.
Mayhaps. I am learning many things about outside world. People seem to be forced to do evil things for the procurement of money. They have no other choices. Instead of living in a society that cures for all their needs, they stick to banditry and murder.
Because sometimes that's the only way they can be protected.
That is wrong, lass.
I don't
Simply
know. I think
wrong.
that is right.
Well, the intention may be right, but the act is always wrong.
But you can do like wrong things and like super wrong things. That like this. Okay, they killed 2 people, but I didn't want to kill them because I kept on thinking, especially after he said that he has a family, and I was like thinking, what if he has a little child that waits for him at home and he never comes back?
I will try and learn to be less abrupt, but I still believe that they deserved the ultimate punishment.
Well, I'll always think about
Maybe
the
in a
little
quicker
child
way
waiting for their father at home. The child is not
than
at fault.
mayhaps the child exists. Mayhaps this leaves life.
But I was not going to kill them. I was going to strip them of their weapons and just let them there. They would figure out a way to get out.
You are a kind soul, and you shall continue and should continue to be this kind. I will seek of you.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I would have defended myself if I had to. I would have killed them if that means that I would stay alive, or any people that I'm with would stay alive. But
It is the way of the world. We all
I
defend
don't.
ourselves.
I'm not. It's not my duty to bring justice to people. And when I think that maybe they had a family and a wife and a child that was counting on them, even if they're bad people, and that child would sit on the porch waiting and waiting and waiting, and the person would never come back.
Hmm.
Anyway, I just wanted to because I don't think the others would understand.
You are kind, much too kind.
But
I
I
hope
think
in the future there will be a world where that child's father will never have to succumb to this line of work. That
it
is
must
the
be
world
nice
I
to
hope
have the choice.
for. We all have a choice. We believe you don't.
Maybe. Anyway, maybe we should just sleep. It's been a long trip, and tomorrow we have a lot of things to do. We have to go to your bookstore, and we have to find berries. I don't know why Perrin wants those berries so much that she would owe someone a favor.
Well,
Must be really
I
important.
will not lie to
I've
you,
met
they interest me as well. Shamans
I
in my
met
tribe
people
would
like
use.
her. Sorry. I
Hmm.
met people like her, and they don't like owing favors. So if she wants to owe favor, it's super important for her. If
Yes.
she's willing to go that far. So I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of worried. Not that I think she's going to do bad things with it. It's just that
No.
how important are those fruits?
He is also kind in her way.
I don't know. She's been mean to me, but I also be mean to her. Not going to lie. Kind of poke the bear. It's just I can't help it. Okay.
Never judge a scroll by its bindings.
I know. Anyway, thank you for listening. Maybe we should just go sleep.
That sounds wise.
Okay. How are we going to do there only one bed?
Yes.
Lyrus, do not. And he'll sink into his shell and go to sleep.
All right. Okay. And then she'll jump into the bed and just claim it.
Okay. So, as you all find rest for the evening, some having some conversations, others learning how to read, Sero sitting downstairs by
Vibing.
himself playing solitaire.
Vibing. Poor boy.
I'm playing solitaire and making my way through a few trusts.
There you go.
Varin trances and lets Asabi have the bed and just chills in the same spot on the floor she sat during their conversation.
As you all awaken the following morning, come out of your trance, as it were, ready to take on whatever task this enchanter Silris offered you. We're going to take a quick break.
Yay.
Go to the bathroom, get something to drink, and we'll be
Yes,
right
we
back.
BRB.
BRB.
Put the awesome
Yeah,
fancy
yeah, for
BRB
sure, for sure,
signs
for
on
sure,
the
for sure,
thing.
for sure, for
Super
sure.
fancy.
Always.
The super fancy, the
Yeah.
most fancy, the fanciest, the most fancy. Yay.
I will be right back.
There we go.
Alrighty, so we're back.
And Cole doesn't know where it is because he left.
Yeah,
before.
yeah.
I don't care. He doesn't give a shit.
Yeah. For sure,
Just
for sure, for
check
sure,
it.
for sure.
Just check it. Yes, sneaky son of a bitch.
Alright, so you guys awaken the following morning, refreshed, rejuvenated, rested, and head downstairs to a
Breakfast.
somewhat little more lively tavern than you had entered the night before. You can see now there's a young human woman with red hair that's kind of braided down to the sides, rushing around, taking orders, hollering orders out to the kitchen as you all kind of groggily come downstairs and take a seat.
Asabi finds Sero right away.
Yep, that's where you said Casero never moved, so...
Yeah. And just make sure he's okay. Like, hey, how's it going? Like, just kind of chattier than normal. Just checking his
He's,
vibe, making sure he's
Very
chill.
rosy-cheeked. He's still working on probably his 5th cup of trust.
Jesus.
You've worked your way through
Okay.
through Bombach, Husseldorf, and Von Brandt, and have learned that Von Brandt's actually the best one.
Yeah, this is the best one. I'm gonna have more of this.
The woman comes over.
Drunk?
All right, what are you doing for breakfast? We got bratwurst, we got grits, we have eggs, we have bacon. What are you looking for?
Grits to
Yes.
bratwurst.
Eggs.
Excellent.
Yes.
We also have some
love
biscuits as well. I'll bring a smorgasbord to.
Good. I want
Yes,
one of these.
appreciated.
Excellent.
Thank
I'll
you
bring
very
it to your table. And she rushes back towards the kitchen, yelling more orders. You hear a chair slide up, and the enchanter sits down, looking like refreshed and bright-eyed.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Master's bring
You look a lot better today. Like happier.
It's a wonderful day. It's a wonderful day.
Isn't
So,
it?
Certainly is.
Is
So-
the boat ready for us?
oh, he should be. He's still on standby. He should be out there, waiting for you all. Again, his name was Theodore. So he's on
Theodore.
dock 3, I believe. So, so you're all
What does he look like?
gearing up, ready to go. Doc, weathered skin, human man, bald head. I think he has a thick goatee mustache situation. But you're all still willing
I know
to
Of course, this is very interesting to me. I have one thing that I should pick up before we set off.
of course make your preparations.
While we're waiting for breakfast, I'm gonna go. Asabi's gonna go make sure someone is like watching the horses, in case they're not back tonight or something.
got
and
him in
feeding
for
them
breakfast.
while
I
I'm
forgot.
away.
Yeah.
Well,
Someone
this
remembers
enchanter
them.
isn't coming with us, is he?
Nah, he can do it.
Yeah.
He can watch over our 50 books. Hey, we're doing him a favor. Fuck him.
Hey, he's paying for you. He's paying you.
Yeah. Hey.
Spain
listen.
and a
Speaking
favor
of-
and a wand.
Whoosh does
She's
look
gonna
at him and
make
go,
sure the horses are properly boarded and by horse people, not by a wizard.
Speaking
magical-
And then
of
come back for
us
breakfast.
Going,
Oh shit, the dogs.
could you do me a favor?
Are you calling in your favor already? Excellent. Yes. What can I do for you?
No, not
No!
the favor. Just a small one for me, if you could. I'll pay you so that you may get your food and stuff. You said you're out of gold.
Fortunately, what do you need?
These two, and he points to his dogs. I can't take them with me; it'd be too dangerous. But if you could watch over them here, I'll give you a few gold. They're very good, well behaved, I promise.
Am I going to
Wanted
have
me to
to?
leave the horses with him.
Am I going to have to pick up poop?
If you let them out.
Suppose I can keep an eye on them. What do they eat?
I try to give them raw meat whenever possible. It's best for their health.
Right. Sure. Suppose. Shudders.
We'll take out 3 gold and give it to the man.
Gonna be in love
Here.
with them when we come back.
he just
Yeah, it's
takes.
like a dad that's looking on a dog.
Lean down to it's Yip and Bark, right?
Yip and Bark.
Lean down to Bark. Now, you keep an eye on him. Like, to make sure the enchanter sees her doing that. And give him a scratch behind the ear.
Bark's
Good
like,
boy.
just like licks the side of your face.
Oh, you baby.
Good boy. I love the dogs.
He's like, the enchanter's
Just
like,
agitate your face to clean the slobber.
very well.
Oh, it's
well,
fine.
enjoy your breakfast. I can't wait until you return and give me a full report on the berries and everything else you might have encountered.
Of course. You want us to pick a bush full of them for you?
Oh, please, yes. He looks at Ko. Your people. I'm sure you've procured many a vegetation. I'm sure you know how to properly cut and stem a berry bush. Surely.
I do.
I've done that many times for dyes before. We can harvest.
Oh,
And
excellent.
you can help me.
We should go to the store. There's a couple of things that are going to be vital for this.
Yes, Laris, you said you'd like to accompany me for.
Well, you invited me, and I said
Bookstore.
yes.
I would very much like to do that.
Right.
And he
we can
gets
go.
up and walks outside towards the burnished biblios or whatever it's called.
Okay. All right. So you head off towards the burnished biblios. Anyone else also going into the now opening market?
Yeah, I'm going to look for a few things.
We shall be following Vern.
So will Dameron.
All right.
Cool. Yeah.
Okay. What are you looking for, Varen?
I'm looking
Probably will go
for
with Laris.
waterproof tarps. 2 of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Someone has to have the brain here. guys.
Nice.
Someone.
You
Yes, so have the brain.
along your
Yeah.
walk last night in the lock ward, you actually saw a large wooden barn type of building in the lock ward called the Lock Ward General Store. So you think probably the best place
We'll
to
try
look.
it.
Upon entering the Lock Ward General, you see an older woman, kind of grayish hair, withered skin, these thick, kind of short glasses at the edge of her nose, running it. You see lining the walls numerous goods, tools for farming and fishing, packs of supplies, lumber, nails, maps, along with other kits inside the store. And she just kind of looks over at you. Welcome to the general store. My name's Harper. What can I do for you?
Right, it's a pleasure. I'm looking for a couple of tarps, preferably waterproof, if you have them.
Tops? I have large pieces of canvas. Will that work?
That should be.
It'll keep things from It'll keep things dry if you cover them up.
Right, that
It's
should
what-
suffice,
It's
yes.
what they use for outdoor tents and the like.
Oh, perfect. Then yes. Yeah, I will take a couple of those. How expensive are they?
How big are you needing, foot-wise?
Ugh.
How big is the
that-
wagon?
Yeah.
The wagon is a normal wagon size.
Normal wagon size!
Al, how big is a wagon? Because I feel like you would know.
Wait, let's go with that.
What is it?
As big as a wagon. Just
It's
say that he would know.
12 foot. Let's go with that.
12 foot. There you are. Yeah. It's like a normal trailer, travel trailer that you would see on the back of a truck to.
Yeah, Lego size.
Yeah. So
16 feet to 6 feet.
Please.
yeah. So she's like, I could probably stitch together a few pieces of canvas to get you that size if you need. For that length, that much material, it'd probably cost you about, we'll call it a gold piece.
Oh, wow, perfect. Yeah, okay. Yes, that would be good for now. I have to think about some of the other things I might want to purchase, but that would be good for now. And she reaches into her bag and she pulls out a gold piece. Hands it to him.
Excellent. I'll get that stitched up for you. Have you out and ready in about 5 minutes, huh?
Excellent.
She kind of stands
Yes,
up from her
I'll just
stool
look
and
around then.
walks towards the back wall. As you're thinking, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know.
Lyris, Ko, and Asavi, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys head towards the outskirts of the Market Street, here in the North Ward, and you see what appears to be this pushed up, almost like what appears to be like a closet or a storage shed that has been nailed to the side of a standing building, and on the above the door, the weathered wood, like almost driftwood looking door, you see a sign that says the Burnished Biblio. As you enter, Ko, you having to kind of shimmy in through the very thin door. You see,
Bad thing.
yeah, you see the store itself is just cluttered and crammed, with every space being taken up by stacks and stacks of books and knickknacks, small trinkets, stuffed animals, globes. It's like the most cramped, like hospice attic that you've ever seen. And you see the shop owner kind of sitting behind the counter, is this older-looking human man, just kind of sitting there. He's like a crook to back. And he just kind of looks over at you. Welcome to the Burnished Biblio. My name's Oglin. Let me know if you need anything.
I've heard that this is the best store in this town.
No, you've heard wrong, but thank you for the sentiment.
No, I heard right. I mean, it's like, look at so many books and things that you have. Like, the amount of information is amazing. That alone makes it the best store in this town.
Right.
My friend, do you mind if I peruse around? I'm looking for very specific subjects.
Of course not.
How deep would you say your collection goes? How varied?
About as varied as you can get. I've not even read most of this stuff. It's either donated or procured otherwise in trades. Who knows?
Forgive me if this may seem rude, but do you have a system of cataloging?
That was your answer?
He just goes back to reading his book.
Alright, Tim, I'm looking around for two things.
Okay.
One, books of any level, from basic to advanced, on all the planes and the wheel of the universe.
Alright.
And number two, I am looking for books on blood magic.
Oh shit. Okay.
And that is it.
I am looking for interesting covers.
Alright. Ivan, you go ahead and make an investigation check. You as well, I guess, Lyris.
Natural one.
Nice.
Wow. I can't even help you because, you didn't tell me what you needed. 16!
Natural one.
16. Natural one for you. Co.
I hate this game.
You ask the clerk, "Do you have a book on blood magic?"
No. He's not that stupid.
Do you have a
Don't
book
do my
of
boy
blood?
dirty like that.
Do you have a book on blood magic? Actually,
Hey,
I
actually,
really like that.
do you have like blood magic books?
Oh my god, I've been looking for my magic books.
I'm gonna make it weird and like cut myself, but then do magic afterwards.
Do you like know how to do that? Like, could you
Oh my god.
So you begin looking around, Co.
So stupid. I hate this game.
It happens. But you begin looking around. Lyris, you look around for interesting covers. About 2 minutes into your search, your eyes catch this colorful cover. You just see like the spine of the book, and you pull it out and look at it. You see on the cover, it is this this vast kind of Riverlands landscape in the background, with this spiraling, craggy, like rock-like tower in the background. In the foreground, you see this this scantily clad, very muscled Goliath woman with this braided hair that kind of spirals down right between her bosom. Clutching her leg is this somewhat mousy-looking, very lithe elven gentleman, just looking up at her. And the title of the book is Blooming Desire.
Taking that one. I'm taking that one. That one is being bought.
I can't find one magic book because she found
Actually,
it smart like a bloodhound.
I found this much. I want to look at the owner. Is he still distracted?
Yeah, he looks like he's reading through a book. Occasionally, he kind of adjusts his glasses and looks over, but for the most part,
I want to try to steal it.
Jesus, roll a sleight of hand check.
Or is mine now.
Yoink.
60.
Right to the bag. He doesn't even notice.
Okay.
Jesus
Okay.
Christ.
Okay.
I'll keep looking. I don't care how long natural one will make me. I'll stay here all day. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, you continue looking. Going back to the Asavi, are you looking for anything in this bookstore?
Nope. She's just hanging out.
Okay. All right. So going back to the other group, Varen, do you know what you
No
want?
one sees me doing that, right? I think I
do
beat
know what I
everyone's
want.
passive.
Yeah, no.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you beat mine.
no one sees you.
She lives on Texas Layers, though, on the way back.
I am looking for a couple of pots, like for plants.
Okay.
Pots for plants.
Easy enough in the general goods store. You find several.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the bigger
plant
side,
potters.
I don't know how big a bush is, but I'm looking for a pot. Couple pots.
You find a couple of large
Plant
ceramic.
bush and I
Yes,
deposit.
I'm stealing a bush. A variety of like a couple of glass vials and flasks, maybe like 5.
Okay.
Couple of pouches, maybe.
What'd you say?
Couple of pouches might be good.
Yeah, stuff to like collect things that we might find in the
A berry picking
in
basket.
the forest. A berry picking basket. I was actually gonna get a bucket to keep the berries for the man.
A pail?
Yeah, like a
The-
pail.
One for the pail, one for me, one for you.
Yeah, yeah, and
Selena's very picking.
she also was looking for a shovel, but I believe
Okay. Does someone have a shovel?
I think Whoosh
Whoosh has a shovel because I
Oof.
bought everything.
Whoosh has a shovel. Yeah.
I figured.
And you've seen
Alcia's
Whoosh
got all of
carrying.
the good.
Yeah, you've seen Whoosh carrying
Yeah.
a shovel around.
Yeah, so he's got a shovel, so that's good. So I just want a couple pots, glass vials, flasks, a few pouches.
So you gather up all these items, carry them over to the counter. Just as Harper finishes sewing together the canvas and rolls it up and kind of sets it
Oh,
on.
and a pair of gardener's gloves, because I don't want to get dirty.
Of course.
If you're looking for those, Whoosh will say, I have those, don't worry.
Excellent. Alright, sick.
Quite a haul you have here. So, let's see. The vials, that's a gold piece a piece. The pots, a gold piece. The bucket itself is about 5 copper. And how many pouches you say you got?
Like 2 or 3.
The pouches are 5 silver apiece, so it's gold and 5 silver. So you're looking at about 8 gold and 5 silver pieces and 5 copper pieces.
All right, excellent. I have 6 gold and 19 silver. Anybody else want to throw in?
Whoosh. Pulls out 8 gold and sets it forward.
You don't have to buy the whole thing. This is.
It's best for you to have some amount of gold to be able to feed yourself.
You know, that's a good point. We'll tack it on the loan.
And then, how much silver? 5 silver and 5 copper. He puts that as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. There you go. She takes the gold and puts it away, or the coin and puts it away. Kind of pushes the canvas forward with the rest of the things.
Excellent.
Hope you have a wonderful whatever it is you're doing. Come back to see us at the general store.
Excellent. Thank you very much. I very much appreciate it. She picks up all the stuff and is struggling because it's probably heavy.
Let
And
me
moves
help
out
you
of the
with
store.
that.
If you would not mind, that would be excellent. Yes, thank you. Here's the dagger.
Yeah. Oh.
Everybody's
Thank you.
doing stuff for Marin.
Hey Tim, can I give it another whack?
Actually, if I see
need to
he's
look for something else.
struggling, if I see he's struggling,
you
I just like?
No, because he failed. He crit failed. I will allow you one more investigation check with disadvantage.
I was gonna give
Oh,
him
okay.
help, but I can't.
But I was just gonna say that I'd like to look for another topic if just so it's a straight roll. Like if he doesn't find anything, he'll get frustrated and she'll think of another topic that he thinks is important.
Okay, what else
And
you
we'll
looking for?
I'm looking for information on what was it called? Seidel? Is that what Matt called it? The place with the floating cities.
Jesus.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Yeah.
balls. Yeah, hang on.
I rolled investigation and I found porn. You found nothing.
Nothing.
I found porno.
That's probably for the best.
Let's see.
But the people in Trostenwald like to read, so
Yeah, they're bored. They drink all day and read porn.
yeah.
Sounds like a great fucking day. Let's be real. Yeah?
Sugar burn.
What was that
Sugar
called?
burn.
Shit.
Oh my god, I'll see it.
That shit has me rolling.
I don't remember
I
what
just
that's
saw
called.
Goliath's snooze.
Jesus Christ.
That's
So
a phrase I
there's
don't like.
floating citadel. There's Isle Cross.
There's Isle Cross is the remaining, right? That's like what remains of it that's
Yeah, but-
crashed.
Yeah,
but
that's the remaining.
I know
of
Matt
them,
called
and
it
there's
something.
Draconia.
Hi.
Oh, there was Draconia. That was a floating city. Yeah.
It's where Halas is from.
Uh-huh.
That's so far north. I haven't even thought about it.
Teleport there tomorrow.
Yeah. I actually know teleportation circle. Wow.
Wait,
Crazy.
what?
What?
Already?
Yeah.
We're in a secret loop level 15.
I will find this.
She's definitely not.
I did not mean to do that.
Yeah. Halas is from Zidel. which
Maze
is
of
the-
Seidel, one of the floating cities wiped out. In
There
the
you
Platinum.
go. Okay. Yes. So you want to look that up?
Yes.
Okay.
There's-
You know, look it up in a $7.
All right, make an
We
investigation
got,
check.
we got 12 books to go through. Might as well do that later, I guess. 9. Nice.
See, it was the blood magic. The blood magic fucked you up.
Naturally.
It has a tendency to do that.
It kind of fucks you up, yeah.
Alright. Very well. Okay. You, let me see. Okay. Looking through the vast majority of the Burnished Biblio's nonsense, you do stumble across a book that is labeled "The Histories of the Floating Populace." Looking through it, you find essentially not so much like a published work, but more so a mage's
Offensive?
essentially a mage's notes on what is known about the floating cities of yore. You know, the how they worked and all that information. Zydel is mentioned within this. But that's all the information I can give you now, because there's not a lot of information on Zydel, so I'm going to have to get the rest of it to you when I come up with it.
Yeah. He'll put that in his bag and read it later.
Okay.
Oh, good. We'll investigate later.
You're just stealing it. You're not going to pay for it?
Oh, shit. I look at Lyris. I'm sorry. Too far ahead. 3 steps ahead of him.
Right. What do you need?
Lyris, do you mind if you... And I'm sorry, but... Do you mind if you purchase this for me?
Sure. You have to ask how much it is, though.
Yes. My friend, I would like to procure this tome.
Let me see it.
I hand it to him.
Takes it. Kind of flips to the middle of it. Gives it a nice deep whiff. Hands it back to you. 5 gold, 2 silver.
Well, how many customers do you have each day here?
There's no point in answering that question. 5 gold and 2 silver.
Are you sure, though?
Lyris.
He's completely
Lyris
ignoring Lyris, just start looking at Yuko.
Lyris, if you do not mind.
Fine. She's gonna put 5 gold on the counter. I don't have the 2 silver. She doesn't have 2 silver. I don't have the silver.
Asabi will
so
take out the 2
Zero
silver.
money. Zero money.
I only have gold coins.
I'm poor.
He takes the
Come on,
5
gold is
he takes the
fine.
5 gold and grabs the 2 silver from Asabi. Wonderful, I'm glad we could come to an agreement on this arrangement. Enjoy your book.
Thank you.
Right. Why are books so expensive? It's like ridiculous.
I am starting to hate having to buy everything.
Well, we can talk about that later.
Alright, you guys exit out of the Burnished Biblios.
Yeah. And once we're out, she's gonna take the book that she stole from the bag. I found
Lyris.
something really cool. What? It's a super cool, guys. I was reading it. I was reading it, and it's like a love story. It's so good. I'm just don't like it. No. I mean, it was there. No one's gonna miss it. Come on, let's go. Just go. Let's go. And no, you're not going to pay for it because he's an asshole. Just go. He has a lot of books. He's not going to miss one. It's not to miss one book, and it's like totally not important. It's just like a story.
Oh, Cole doesn't care. He's already walking away.
Yeah.
You
You know, I was gonna say this anyway, but I'm still going to say it. Lyris, I wanted to apologize. I feel like I've been short with you the past few days. Well, I don't mean to be. And I try not to. I hope you'll not misunderstand me when I say I just don't quite know how to handle people like you.
I heard that a lot. Don't worry.
No, you're just... That sounds awful. You're very open and talkative, and I'm not.
Well, but that's the good thing. If you were, we wouldn't get along at all. Imagine two of me talking at the same time. That would be horrible.
It'd be hard to understand a little. I want you to understand that I try not to.
You know, it might sound weird to you because, it sounds weird to a lot of people, but I've met a lot of people in my life. And I've met all kinds of people, and I've dealt with all kinds of people, and everyone is different, and everyone has its own qualities and its own faults. And no one should be judged for it. And even your faults, you should just, assume they exist, and just, if they're really bad, of course you're gonna try to fix them, but if they're not, they are part of you. They are who you are. That's what makes us different. I don't take offense. I mean, I might take offense at the first time, but then I forget it, usually.
All right.
But I feel like everyone in this group has a purpose. Even Verin, because she's like the old, grumpy mother that wants to tell you what to do, and then I have to be the rebellious teenager that doesn't do what my mom wants me to do. Not that I know what it's like to have a mom. I never had a mom, but and you are like the cool person that is trying to make everyone feel like they're safe, maybe? I don't know. You have a very cool, aura to you. I feel calm when you're around, and that's okay. So, I feel like that with Whoosh too, but Whoosh talks a little less, so.
He does.
And Demeron is just the
He does
cool
have a
guy
knack
that
for
wants
it,
to-
though, doesn't he?
He does. He's super calming. Sometimes a little too much. Sometimes I don't want to be calm at all, but he has that. And Demeron, he's like this. When you read books and there's this main hero that wants to save the princess and he wants to, just save the world. And I feel like that's how he is. And Sarah, I love Sarah. He's just great. I think he would have been best friends if I had had a friend growing up or a brother. I think I would have liked brother to be like him.
Sarah's a lot like my brother. My little brother, Castor.
He's adorable. I like him. I'm just
You
worried
worry
that he
for them
never
a little bit, but
He's
gosh, do they have energy?
I like his
You
hair.
think so?
Yeah, totally. And Ko is just so wise. I mean, every time he speaks is almost like I need to listen because something important is coming out of his mouth.
I don't think you're wrong. But I knew a man once with a deep voice. Sounded like everything he said should be written in ancient texts, but he was dumb as a post.
Don't think that's the case with him. He says very important things. Demeron is dumb as a post, but he means well.
Lyris!
Well, it's true, poor guy. I like him. I'm trying to help him be better, but he's not very smart.
He's very kind.
Dameron, you hear your voice, or you hear your name being said as your troop reconnects with theirs as you head back to your wagon.
Hi! Guys, I got the most amazing book ever. It's super great. I'm totally going
She
to read
got it for sure.
I'm sure you
Wait.
did. I also
Wait.
got things. And she points to Woosh and Dameron, who are carrying all of her things.
She's gonna show the cover
Just in
and it's like,
time.
imagine by the cover. This is the cover. Imagine what is inside. I'm so excited. I'm going to start
You'll have to
reading
read it to us sometime. Like,
I'm totally going to read it to
I
you.
am
Do you want me to
almost
read it
positive
to you?
you don't want her to read you this book. I
do
am
not want to hear what's in that book.
1,000,000% sure.
We
What
can
is
sit
it?
down and I'm gonna totally read it to you.
How do I explain this? Explicit writing?
It's a love story, okay? It's a love story.
Alright, it's
Uh,
a love
Just that the
story.
people-
Yeah.
The synopsis you've gotten just from reading the back of it, Lyris, is that the main protagonist is a Goliath from a roving Goliath tribe. Her name is Ovak. And just from the synopsis, apparently her tribe attacked a traveling caravan of elven mages, and in a brief instance of humanity, she couldn't bring herself to kill the cowering, small, as the book puts it, twinkish-like mage
Oh my god!
named
I hate it!
named Franciscus.
Franciscus, yeah?
And so what follows is a courageous tale of adventure, love, and blooming desires.
Varin lights the book on fire.
No,
Kidding, I'm
no.
Who else is this?
I don't
What's
know.
happening?
I can't.
I'll open the book in a random page and start reading it.
I would very
Okay.
much like to hear this story.
Ah,
All
no.
right. So
No,
this
not
passage
on the street,
says,
please.
this passage, she looked at him with wonder in her eyes and analyzed the situation they were in. You were too small for me.
I
God.
bought pots and canvas.
But it's not the size that matters.
I also bought a couple of flasks. It's perhaps we head to the wagon now.
The young-looking elven boy.
Okay, and
looks
she
up at this
she
majestic
taps
woman.
Woosh on the shoulder and she's like, "We're going to go now." Yes.
And says,
Okay.
I can still make you very happy. Just give me the chance.
No.
All right.
The
But
book
it has to
sounds,
be outside of my tribe. I cannot be seen with you. It would be
The
wrong.
book sounds horrible, Lyris.
Sounds lovely.
It's getting to the good part because they are going to go to the bushes now.
Just like we.
You're kind of like, I mean, not like we do. They're
Definitely
going
gonna be
do
one
other
bush getting
things.
explored.
But you know, I'm wondering because they say that she goes to the bush, but she's like 7 feet tall. She's not gonna be able to hide herself around the bush. Oh, the noises from the bush were passionate, and for that moment, I think I'm gonna stop reading now because
Yeah,
it's getting
probably.
a bit bad.
Okay.
I can read more later for you.
You guys make your way back to the nestled nook, and in your quest to find things and procure your goods for this trek across the Ustalok, you all notice that Sarah wasn't with you, and he's not currently in the tavern either.
Oh shit.
Where's
Oh
Sarah?
shit. We lost the kid.
Oh no.
The table he was sitting at has that final mug of ale that he was drinking on its side and spilled. He didn't quite finish it.
It
My God, we
seems
lost
he
him.
is inebriated.
Oh my god, is he like
He
is he like
got drunk,
kidnapped?
didn't he?
Can you
He is just like Castor. God damn it!
So, you know where to find him?
Yeah, we asked the barkeep, like,
No.
did you like see him leave?
The redhead woman, Adelaide, kind of rushes over. Oh, yeah, sorry I gave your table up. Everyone was gone, but I saw your friend. He drunkenly stumbled out of the tavern. I'm not sure where he went.
Oh, for goodness sake. Thank you, I appreciate it.
Well, that's kind of got boring.
Varin
Let's look
walks
around the
out of
tavern.
the street and just gives a dog whistle.
Wow.
Zero!
Yeah.
Sarah,
Spare the
as-
ears, but
Yeah, Sarah, as you're sitting drunkenly by the Ustalok, just sitting on one of the banks of the lake, you just hear Cinder go, so what are we doing exactly?
You talk a lot.
Sarah!
Well, you know, it's kind of my thing.
That's fair. You keep me company, that's nice at least.
You're very drunk.
Nonsense. I'm mostly drunk.
Hmm. So what's the plan?
Become sober? I don't know. I don't really have a plan. I don't usually have a plan. You make the plans. And recently the elf makes the plans, and I just follow.
Well, yes. But that's what you signed up for. What we signed up for.
Yeah. Why did I sign up for this again?
Yes, you didn't like being a coward and your family needed you to be more, I guess.
Oh yeah, that part. Whole family part. I remember that part.
Perhaps you should,
You remember what they said that fisherman looked like?
bald? Big mustachio goatee thing? Doc 3.
can we find him? Can we find him before he leaves?
Good, sound good to me. Wander around and find a fisherman that looks vaguely similar to that.
Make a perception check with disadvantage.
Yeah,
That's
come
gonna
on,
go
Chris.
so
And
well
we're
with
looking
his
for
wisdom.
him!
I'm sure after
Listen.
a couple minutes
Good job.
we
His
could have
wisdom
figured
is
Pretty
out.
average, bud.
I'm sure after a couple minutes we could have figured out that he probably went to the docks.
No,
Which way
I
did
mean,
the
it's-
drunk idiot with the glaive go?
It's a big
We're
it's a
asking
big
around.
town.
It's a big town, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is.
I didn't announce my leaving, I just stumbled.
No, he just stumbled up while you guys were shopping.
The vomit.
So yeah, you looking around the dock. You see what appears to be a medium-sized boat. Has two small sails on it and a rudder. And you see a human man who roughly looks the description that you were given, just kind of leaning against the rudder, currently just tossing river stones into the lake, just absentmindedly.
Cinder, his name was Franklin? Frankie?
No, it was started with a T. Theodore, I think.
Theodore. I'll go with Theodore, that one sounds correct.
Sure.
Sounds very fishy. Theodore! I'll walk towards the guy.
Kind of like straightens up and looks over. Oh, howdy, friend. What do you need?
Hi. Were you hired by a half-elf?
Oh, you're that in that mage fellow's he said there were more of you.
There are more of us. Me? We? Group.
Yeah? Alright.
I think they're on their way.
Alright, friend, you look a little well, shit-faced. Yeah,
He
alright.
just sort of stares. As he laughs, he just kind of stares at the lake and just blank face once again.
I need the rest of you to make investigation checks.
Oh.
Alrighty.
I'll just help someone.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Can I can I have?
21.
Yes.
What I want.
I'm
What I want.
I'm
Are we the best at this?
Totally.
I'm going to invoke the Seeker's power.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, eyes.
To give myself advantage.
Okay.
That's that.
Alright.
And that's once out of the 3 times today. But
Very
I can
cool.
do that. I gotta not forget investigation.
18. Yeah, asking around between those who rolled really well. Eventually,
Everyone else will better than me anyway. Damn.
eventually you someone's like, "Well, yeah, I think I saw him in that description. He went down towards the Ustalok, it looked like. He was super drunk, though. He might drown, who knows. And good luck." And he walks away.
Yeah.
And you
Start
guys
walking slowly towards the dock.
begin to walk towards the docks. As you get about 100 or so feet from it, you guys see what vaguely looks like Sero's shape, just kind of drunkenly standing, talking with what appears to be a captain of one of these fishing vessels.
Oh, you fucking moron.
Saro. Slavy's gonna come
about
up
you.
and kind of
Yeah.
grab his
Uh,
arm, like gently.
He found our fisherman.
Is this
See, I told you they were coming.
are these the rest of your companions there, drunk fellow?
Yes, hi. I apologize
Yes, sir.
for him. You leave
I
him
found him.
alone. Felt
So,
too
are you
I found him.
drunk? Good.
Yes,
No.
look at his
Yeah.
breath. His
Good
breath looks.
job, child.
Mostly
Yeah.
drunk. Yeah. Good. You found him.
Okay, we...
Don't wander off.
We should probably... Did we... We didn't drop the stuff in the wagon, did we? No, I didn't want to bring this pot. I just wanted to bring everything else.
I mean, when
probably
we went
just
back to the tavern started gone,
instantly.
we probably dropped it off because
Yeah.
otherwise you're
You-
walking with
you-
a giant pot in your hands.
Yeah, you guys went back to the tavern to drop your shit off and to
Yeah.
get Sero.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, keep the canvas,
Can
keep
I
everything
probably
pots in the wagon.
kind of pull Saro toward the edge of the water if we're by the docks? And try and dunk his head in.
If he allows you to,
Yeah.
Sero, do you?
Savi. Wee.
Come on. Fine.
You should.
Sober
The
up.
fisherman's like, hey,
Back to-
y'all gonna stop that? I mean,
No, he's just trying to sober him up. It's...
I didn't know it was Savi did
He's a
torture.
wee up kid.
And she's gonna like slap him a couple times. Saro,
Ah,
listen to me.
there's exactly 4 rocks of different sizes and varieties at the bottom of this. Right there, at the edge.
You're very
I
observant.
couldn't count more. I
But I
wasn't down
need
there
to.
long enough.
She dunks him again.
And you see his hand come up, and his hand goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then his other hand comes up and goes up to 8, and then
She
stops
pulls
counting. There's 8 rocks. I didn't see the other 4.
That's all right. That's all we need to know. You've done well.
Theodore looks at the rest of you.
Why the fuck?
Y'all ready to head
hold her
out, or
Yes, sir. Very ready.
Yes, we are.
We will be ready. Could you tell us more about perhaps the dangers that are rumored to be on this lake? We got a very vague overview.
I mean, I'm out on this lake 12 hours a day. Don't really mean that much danger. Occasionally you get maybe an alligator, occasional zombie, but it's really not that big of a deal.
Oh, right, it's the occasional zombie. Yeah.
They're
You
slow
know.
moving. It's alright. The magics of
Right,
the water and and the old witch's hut causes things to sometimes not stay dead. It's not
So there is a witch's hut.
supposedly, but I mean.
Well, I would
That's
assume
more
that
towards the Crooked Stone. We don't really fish over there, but
Right.
we will be sailing past it to get to the other side of the Ustalok today. So there might be some
cool.
weird shit you see, but it's not a big deal.
Right, that's fine. We will handle it.
Well, if you're still
Um,
aware, if you're still alive, then it's fine. I mean, if it were really bad, you would be dead. But so.
Well, I don't fish
Right.
over there. It's just what I've seen. I've seen the occasional legless corpse wash up on the banks and pull itself with its arms. That's how I know zombies exist, but it's usually killed by the Crown's Guard.
Fantastic. All
Yeah,
right, cool.
Sometimes you might see an alligator or two, maybe a giant toad, but it's pretty safe.
Yeah, all of those are less weird than the zombie, certainly. All right, whatever. Sarah, are you sober enough to go?
Yes.
I do not know if I believe that, but I also do not think that we have a choice. Get in the boat.
He looks at Asabi, who I assume is still holding the back of his neck.
Yeah, she's clutched on the his shoulder shirt. Like, yes, come on, you stay next to me, okay? Stay with me. Don't wander off.
Noted.
Right, yeah, okay. Everybody, if you would, on the boat.
She kind of goes and kind of sits him down.
Let's go.
Yes.
Very much the older sister move.
Never been on a boat before.
I'll get in last.
Okay.
That's funny because I was gonna get in last. All right.
Well,
I'll get in last.
We're at a
wizard
stand.
We
at the
both just
same
stand there
time.
awkwardly. No, after you.
It's about a
After you.
How big is this boat?
It's about a 60-foot fishing vessel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's has two small sails, a rudder at the back. Attached to it is a much smaller rowboat. But yeah, it looks like it has nets and all sorts of other fishing equipment. But yeah, fishing in the Ustalok is a huge export and also just a way of life for the people of Trostenwald. So their fishing vessels are pretty hardy and substantial.
That's good. I was concerned that Ko was going to step in and we flipped the boat.
But as you guys all pile into the boat, Theodore speaks up from the back. We got good winds this morning, so we'll probably be across the Ustalok about an hour and a half, 2 hours. Get you over to that grove the half-elf was all worried about, and shouldn't be no muss, no fuss.
Excellent. I appreciate it.
Sabi pulls out a ration and hands it to Sarah. Eat this. Sober up.
But I've had this for like a week.
Had what?
This ration. We've had them for like a week.
They stay good.
They're good. That's the point. Get something in
They're
your
good for
stomach.
traveling.
Right,
Get
very
something
well.
in your stomach besides ale.
Theodore pushes you guys off dock, and the boat rocks a bit.
Does anybody have a rope? Perhaps we tie it around his waist if he falls off the boat. Can pull him up.
My equipment has no
Wasabi's
rope.
gonna dig in her a bag and pull out a white ooze bead.
Oh, yeah?
Also eat this, just in case.
The jelly beans.
Oh yeah, the jelly bean.
Gives you
Oh,
the
the
white
jelly bean.
jelly beans so you can breathe underwater.
Oh, that's excellent.
There you go.
Drunken man able to breathe underwater. He's going to get lost.
You eat
You
the
get candy for
you eat
Very
the
nice.
bean.
No, it's not because you're drunk. It's because you're eating that ration and getting something else in your belly. That's why you get the candy. So eat that first, and then eat the
What?
bean.
I'm drunk, and you're giving me candy.
Can you just eat
Eat
the
it.
jelly bean, please?
Ship rocks. Ship
Show
like,
everybody.
Trying my
If he-
patience.
Falls off the boat. It'll be fine.
Yes, I appreciate it.
It's very tasty candy, don't worry.
It's peppermint.
Tastes like mint.
Yeah, it's so
Yes.
Yummy exterior with a watery center.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Whew. He has about an hour to get it together.
Oh,
As
that reminds me.
the ship pushes
Great.
away from dock, you watch as Theodore pushes past you guys and lowers the sails in the wind, catches it, and the ship lurches
Let's
forward.
sing a sea shanty. Who knows a sea shanty?
Since we're
One.
exchanging candy, Woosh is going to hand Cameron.
You're robot.
You're roboting. But I'm assuming you're handing him shielding turtle sugar bombs.
Hello, Woosh.
You're the turtle.
The shielding turtle sugar bomb. Cameron.
Oh, the shielding turtle. Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
What did it do again? Gotta check.
They make you slow, but they shield you.
They basically lets you use your shield in your back, so you get two-handed weapon,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ooh,
basically.
nice.
but makes you slower. So yeah.
Ship lurches as the wind catches the sails, and you guys begin to sail across the Ustalok. As you pull away from the docks of Trostenwald, you see a number of other fishing vessels currently out on the kidney bean-shaped lake, and you see up off in the distance two what appears to be small islands. The larger one appearing to be the one that you guys will be passing by to be the closest. Anything you guys wish to do as you sail
Just
across the
Let's
ship?
start singing a sea shanty. I don't know sea shanties, but she probably would, so she's just... I'm not gonna sing it because I don't know.
Come,
But
all
she-
you sailor lads, listen to me.
Yeah, she
Um,
would
Tell
probably.
you a tale of a fish in the sea.
I'm making
But the
flying.
player doesn't know sea shanty, so...
I'm making flying fish illusions.
Okay.
I'm trying
What
to
do
see
you
if I
do with the
can spot
drunken
anything else
sailor
on the
while
island.
staring at Cole? Sorry,
Yeah.
Sarah.
Sarah.
Where are you guys positioned on the boat?
Cameron's gonna stand at the front.
Mm.
'Cause he's really excited about
Okay.
being on the
Which
water.
is also going to
I
stand at the
see
front.
the question. The question is interesting and dangerous. I would
Haha.
be next to Dameron somehow because he is big. And
We
I
all
am
standing at the
not.
front of the ship.
Okay.
No, I'm
Asadi
standing-
places Sarah near the middle.
Okay.
Yeah, like a far away from the
Sit
edge.
next to one of the next to one of the sails and just sit up against it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm standing
And
near the
Asabi
side.
will be between him and the edge of the boat.
Near the side of the boat that's gonna be passing
The crooked,
Island.
the crooked.
yeah.
I'm
As-
probably leaning against.
Because I'm trying to see
Dameron,
if I can
like-
get a look on what's on this, what
Okay.
this is all about.
Co, where are you sitting? Where you at?
As far in the center as I can.
Okay, so near Savi and Sarah.
Mhm.
Alright. You guys all take your positions and just keep an eye out, looking out as best you can. Varen, you kind of on the I don't remember boat terms. What's the left side? The stern? The bow?
It's either port or
Port.
starboard.
The front is the bow. Back's
Left or
the
right
stern.
side of the port?
Left is the port.
There you go.
Right is the starboard.
You're on the port side, as the ship begins to kind of crest past this much larger island. You can see the island itself juts out of the water like this, almost like Pride Rock from Lion King. This just large rock that kind of crooks up with a few trees and large bushels of grassland kind of protruding off it. Make a perception check.
Cool.
Who, everyone?
Perception.
No, just
not
for
my
a...
strong
Oh, sorry. I've been confused.
Yeah,
No,
not my
that
strong
was just Varun. Yeah, keeping an eye out. Fortunately, you don't see any witch's hut or witchy activity from
Damn.
your vantage
It'd be like
points
that.
on the ship. But nonetheless, it continues to crest past this this island. As you guys continue traveling, Ko and Dameron, you all hear this very faint thump, like this thud on the bottom of the ship. You feel like a
What was that?
slight vibration.
Get away from the edge.
Did you feel that, Lyris?
Did I feel? I felt like
You didn't feel anything.
no.
No.
I didn't feel anything. What did you feel?
Oh, maybe it was just the water.
No, I
but
mean, if you feel something, you have to, believe in it. What is it?
Dameron tries to mimic the sound.
Okay, you like stomp on the wood of the
Yeah.
ship, and it kind of sounds like
Something like
a
that.
thudding sound.
Like something bumped against the ship, like a
Ko and
Like
Dameron,
that.
you guys feel
like a.
thump, thump, like two more thuds at various
Get
points of the
away
ship.
from the edges.
Okay, backing up.
As he says, Everin, as you go to back up confused, you see currently climbing the side of the ship are these two bloated, zombified corpses.
Ugh.
Just climbing up the side. As that happens, leaping out of the water are these three skeletal, with flesh kind of slawing off of them, giant toads that land one in the front and two in the back by Theodore. I need all of you to roll initiative.
Oh my God! How did
shit.
it die? Like, how did it
Oh, they're
die?
humongo.
Oh, by the way, I want to
Am I-
ask this before combat started. We're going to a dangerous island. It's safe to assume that I did cast mage armor this morning?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, okay. Good.
Am I under the effects of inebriation for this
You
combat?
you are
Why
indeed.
didn't I? I'm gonna
Man.
roll again.
I got you, I
22
can
for
add
me,
you.
my bad.
I can add
I
you.
forgot to click
Okay.
my...
Because I'm
thing.
clicking. I'm
Disadvantage,
clicking
I
on
rolled
my
16.
token and it's
If
not
not zero.
going. I don't know why.
You rolled a 12, right?
12, yeah.
You rolled a
I've-
7, Lyris.
Our first roll was a 12.
No. First roll was a
Bum,
12.
bum,
My
yeah,
mouse is
bum.
double clicking.
Yeah, I forgot to click my token, but it's 22 for me.
Jesus. Miss initiative?
Yeah. It'd be like that. Listen, this is the only character I roll good initiative. It happens.
Good, rolling good initiative. Could not be me.
Mm,
Wait, there's toads and zombies?
yeah.
Yeah, zombies.
Ko,
I
you-
only heard the toads,
Ko,
apparently.
you see
Zombos.
another zombie coming up over the small rowing boat as you just hear as it's currently lumbering up the side of the ship.
Wild
So-
fiends.
Top of initiative is Varun.
Okay, cool. We're gonna see how this one's gonna work. If I can get both of these froggy boys in it. Will that do that if I move myself? I'll take the attack of opportunity, but will it hit both of them if I move here?
It's a barely in the space of the other toad, so no, it has to be at least half its, or it has to be at least a quarter of its
What about
situation.
if I turn it? I would really like to finally hit 2 enemies with this spell, please. No, damn. All right.
It's about a quarter.
I could actually
I'd-
just go like this.
Yeah.
I mean,
Fuck those two up.
yeah, you could do that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that
what I'm
guy.
gonna do. I skirt around the back of the zombies and I cast freezing hands on these boys.
Okay.
Freezing
You
hands,
do
she's
get
all
one
cold.
attack of opportunity against this from
Yes,
this guy.
sir.
Who goes to slam you? That's gonna be a 22 to
Damn,
hit.
really Garbo roll. No, that does not hit.
Okay, you take
Yes,
6
it
points of
hits.
bludgeoning damage.
Yeah.
Alright, as it's the slams into you, you stumble forward, pull out your wand, flourish it, and a cone of freezing hands just shoots out across the both of them. Dex save for the one closest to you fails. The other one fails. So they take 8 points of cold damage.
And then that is me, I guess.
Alright.
Oops.
Ice just cakes up over their bodies, and they're just kind of standing there.
And that, wherever the spell is, it's difficult terrain for them.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes.
Alright.
Yes, of course.
On this giant toad's turn, turns and looks over at Theodore and goes to eat him.
Oh, he's
Oh no!
Oh,
This
they
man's
can
dead!
do that.
Fuck!
Our homie.
We don't know how to drive a boat!
Hey guys, we
Well-
got a boat!
Boat for free, homie.
Boat for free!
You just hear as he's just bitten in half, his lower half just falling to its knees as a spurt of blood
I mean,
shoots
what
out.
is the AC
Man.
of a sailor? Because I could make it not hit, but
No, it's not. He's a commoner.
It rolled a
baby.
19.
No.
And,
Hey, a commoner that
10.
I didn't kill. 10 out of 10.
Yo!
but it just bites
Yeah,
down
right?
on top of poor Theodore as he's just bitten in half, and his lower half just falls to its knees and blood just scatters across
Memory.
the ship.
memories of Tristan in my mind.
Yes!
Both.
Definitely back in that one.
Fucking troll ripping that man in half. That was epic. Alright, on this giant toad's turn,
Ew.
he just lunges towards you, Woosh, and try and bite you.
No, baby!
It's gonna be a 22 to
Totally
hit.
We rolled.
That's gonna hit a little bit.
Yeah, not even gonna try.
Whoosh, you take 8 points of piercing damage and 7 points of poison damage, and
Oh, wow.
you are
That's fun.
swallowed.
I can't
Oh
believe
my
you're bringing it back
God.
already. You're so good. So good to me.
No, I'm sorry, you're not swallowed.
Swallowed?
You are restrained. You're grappled and restrained by its mouth.
Whew.
Okay.
As it just holds you there, you just hear this awful, guttural, like just deep throaty noise, and the smell is just the worst thing you've ever smelled. That's gonna be that giant's toad's turn. This zombie finishes lumbering up the side and slams towards Yuko. That is, God, I'm rolling really well. That's a 19 to hit.
To say like, maybe you don't really want to do that, Mr. Zombie, and I'm gonna do cunning words.
Okay, roll your dice.
Wait. What happened?
Let's see.
I'm cutting words the
The
shit out of
zombies
him.
attacking you.
Yep, that makes.
Painful. How much did it hit for?
19.
No, he was.
Shield.
Well,
she,
not anymore.
She
15
cutting.
now.
She cutting words it. So
Okay.
you're
I'm
fine.
cutting words.
Like he goes to hit Yuko, and you hear Lyrus kind of yelling at it from the side, and you kind of get confused and look over your
I really
shoulder
don't think he-
and dodge out of the way as the zombie just kind of turns his attention for a second and then slams against the ship. Cero.
Oh, we're fighting. That's cool. He'll stand up from his sitting position, and he will. Oh, there's a lot of them. Sunlight, and he'll slam his chest twice, and he's just gonna cast Armor of Agathis on himself.
Okay. Armor of Agathis coats your armor.
And then I'm going to I'm just gonna
This is scary.
walk between these two zombies and just go, "Hey guys, how's it going?"
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's gonna be Cyril's turn. As you
Just kind
say,
of grab them on the shoulder like they're buddies. Hey guys.
as you say that, the zombie just kind of looks at you, and slams towards you.
That's a good name.
Rolls a 10 though, misses. As
Yeah.
it goes to slam towards you, you dodge out of the way. Drunk.
Well, nice to meet you.
Drunken master.
On this giant toad's turn, it lumbers towards you, Varin, and is going to make a bite attack against you.
Yeah.
I can only save one wizard a turn.
That's okay.
It rolls an 11.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So that will make it a 15. Yeah, that misses.
Yes.
I was like, I don't know if that's enough, but
My poor wizard. Yeah.
So as you're sitting there and you hear the wood creaking under the weight of this large zombified giant toad, you just hear the sounds of this, what sounds like this kind of clattering chain, and all of a sudden this warm chain wraps around you and yanks you out of the way as the toad slams down on the ground, and you watch the chain unravel around you and return to Asavi as she just kind of gives you a nod. As you dodge
You
out
get
of
the
way.
most feral smile. Yes.
Alright, it's gonna be that giant toad's turn. Lyris.
Okay, just give me a second here. Okay, wait. She's going to get her lyre and just pluck the strings and point a finger to this toad, and yeah, this toad.
Okay.
So the 3 toads, they're all within 30 feet of me. Yes, they are. And she's gonna cast Bane, but she's gonna say, "Das glaube ich nicht!" And she's gonna just cast Bane.
What does that mean in Zimnian?
And
AKA in German.
Zemnian. I don't think so.
Nice.
Yeah.
Alright, so the toad closest to Varen makes a charisma save, fails. Another toad,
Yeah.
fails. Last toad, fails. He rolled a -2! Oh no.
Yeah.
That's charisma save. Alright, so they are all
Been outdone.
Bane.
Bane.
Bane is so
Bane.
sexy. I love it.
I love Bane so much.
You really
that's
adopted the
my-
Ustalok.
I hate-
Yeah, well.
I actually fuck this. I hate Bane.
Alright, Lyris, is that your turn?
Yeah, that's my turn.
Alright, Dameron.
Go save my bird. Let go
Save
my.
the
Let go
bird.
whoosh.
Save the bird.
Save
Right.
the bird, save the world.
I'll do that by killing the frog, I suppose.
I do that by killing
Yes.
the frog.
that would be step 1.
I
Okay,
saved
Don't
it.
let it jump
To
into the
murder.
water.
That is a
whenever
good
you're there.
plan. That's a good plan.
Fuck him up.
Okay, 23,
see
yeah,
that
that
hit.
hits all day, yeah.
And I'm gonna add. This is what I do. I kill beasts like this.
Yeah?
This is what I do. Sit
A sharpen attack. Not that good. 12.
Alright. 12 points of damage. As you slam into it, you watch as the Warhammer breaks some of its leg, like its left leg structure, and you just hear the sickening sound as the Warhammer just pushes through its weakened flesh, and you pull back, and lake water and guts and sinew just kind of spill out onto the deck of the ship. And it just kind of looks over at you.
Alive.
Yeah,
I'm
it's still standing.
I'm gonna surge. I'm
Alright,
gonna surge already. I'm gonna kill this thing.
okay.
And just keep
That definitely hits.
whacking at it. Try not to hit whoosh.
Yep.
14.
14 points of
Just
bludgeoning damage.
less
You slam it on the other side, and the Warhammer again kind of shatters ribs, its exposed rib cage, and again sinks into that awful mushy flesh and pulls back, and more water splashes onto the deck. It is looking very rough.
That's my turn.
Alright, that's Damon's turn. Savi.
Alrighty. First, the one that tried to eat Varin gets a guiding bolt straight to its face.
Okay. You have disadvantage because there's a zombie in your
face.
in your melee.
In my face. Shit.
Yeah.
Well,
Alright, you rolled a 7 anyways, which misses, not by much though, as you coalesce a guiding bolt and shoot it forward. You watch as, unfortunately, this one, you didn't know if it was a splotch or what. As you shoot it forward, it has a huge hole in both of its sides, and it just shoots in and out the other side, not even damaging it.
Icky. Alright. In that case... Let me measure. We are going to... bonus action! Call the Shielding Aurora.
Okay. What's a 10 foot, was it 10 feet radius or whatever?
10 foot radius.
10 feet of
At the
okay.
end of their turn.
Alright.
And I have resistance to damage.
Yep. Okay.
Turn.
That's gonna be a Savi's turn.
Just there.
Ko.
There's pretty much nowhere to stand where I won't be in melee or something.
Unfortunately. Battle on a boat.
You're probably in the best spot now. Yeah.
Kill a zombie, you'll be good.
Ko just looks around. We're gonna need a bigger boat.
Yeah.
It's dumb. I'm just gonna move. I can't. Literally nowhere. So fuck it. Disadvantage.
Okay.
We'll do it live.
Yeah, we'll do it live. Since I see things are going pretty okay, I'm just gonna do a firebolt to this man.
To the zombie in front of you?
Simple. Yeah, with disadvantage. 14.
14 still hits.
Nice.
Yeah, they're really
6.
6 points of fire damage. You kind of take a half-inch step back, coalesce a firebolt, and shoot it forward. It slams into the zombie's side of his face. You watch as the flesh just kind of burns up, and you hear like a slight as it burns away some of the water on it. Just kind of still looks zombie-ish.
Yeah, if somebody could kill this thing, that'd be great.
Alright.
And that's my turn.
Alright, whoosh.
Guess what time it is? As a bonus action, I will. You guys will hear him speaking. You can't hear it. His head's inside of a toad right now.
Yep.
GM. Tim?
Yes.
I cast spiritual weapon.
Fuck him up!
Nice.
What does it look like?
What does it look like?
Flip it or you? Oh, sure. It looks just like a somewhat ethereal, gold. Well, the colors and the shape of it are in a constant shift. At one time it might be gold, the next second it's blue. A mace, a maul, a sword. It's in a constant shifting state the entire time.
It's almost like this consistent flickering of different weapons. As it just floats there and swings wide to try and hit the toad. Go ahead and roll. Yeah, it hits.
Minimum! Yay!
Minimum damage. 4 points of force damage as it slams into the top of the toad. You just hear a guttural sound, and more of that smell wafts into your nose. It is looking very rough, but still standing. Gain 3 temporary hit points. It is now the zombie's turn. It is going to turn and attack you, Sarah, with advantage.
Hey.
The other one should have as well, but I forgot. Even with advantage, it's only an 11, which misses.
Man, thank you.
Swings towards you, and you just kind of dodge out of the way. Like, hey, I thought we were friends.
Hey, man. Yeah, never. Hello, and nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Back at the top of initiative, Varen.
So for about a half second, you see Frost start to coalesce on her wand, and then she just grits her teeth and casts mirror image on herself.
Okay. 3 more of Varen appear.
Ah, shit! And then that is my turn as I wait to get eaten.
Right. This toad finishes eating what was in his mouth of Theodore and moves towards you, Asavi. And is going to try a bite attack against you.
Sorry, my mouse is double clicking, but it's a 2.
-2, it rolled a 21, so it'll be a 19 to hit.
Damn it.
It rolls a 5?
Oh!
Okay.
Oh!
Sure. That's a 7.
Gotta save Asabi, baby!
It's a 7 to hit. As the toad comes near you and you're kind of preoccupied with missing the attack, you watch as it just lands next to you, and you look over, and as it rears back, you just hear Varen to tell you to move as it lunges forward, and you just drop to the ground as it goes to bite you.
That's my girl.
The divination nerds just have each other's back, apparently.
This damn witch tag team over here.
Witch tag team!
Not being able to see the future? What a fucking horrible.
Yeah, exactly.
Y'all need to.
This giant toad is going to attempt to swallow you.
It's 3.
No!
I don't know why my fucking thing is double clicking, but if he
Wait, I
attacks,
think
it's 3.
see, is it a save or does it just swallow me?
It makes another attack against you with advantage because
What
you
makes it
are
attack?
restrained.
Oh, that's nice. Okay.
And that is going to be
-3.
-3, so that puts it at 17 to hit.
17 hits.
Okay, you take.
Oh no, because I'm going to
Cutting words,
no.
baby!
Yeah, listen, I told you no, so stop it. You're getting really annoying, Mr. Toad, and I'm gonna cut your words.
Yes! The bird lives!
Pretty sure that misses.
Can you imagine being able to roll and attack with a character and not have anything happen?
Yeah, I guess.
No!
Could not
Yeah.
happen.
Never gonna happen, never gonna happen.
As you feel the toad's jaw clench down into you and begin to lift you up, you see from the inside this dark, shadowy-like energy just kind of push through the top of it and just kind of hold its jaw at bay. All of a sudden it gets a lockjaw and can't quite bite down on you as you hear a strum and Lyris muffled on the outside of it yelling at it.
It's dark purple for her.
Okay.
Dark
That is,
purple.
that is going to be the giant toad's turn, which missed. That is now the zombie's turn. It is again going to lunge towards you, Ko, because you're right there, and they're mindless zombies.
Can only save 1 person per round, guys. So.
Fucking balls! That's a 9 to hit, which misses. You watch it comes towards you, and just spin around and just kind of like slam it with your shell, as it just like stumbles back almost off the ship. That's gonna be its turn. Sero.
Oh, turtle's in trouble. I move up to here and I pardon me, turtle, and stab over him with my blade.
Sure. You're slipping up over his head.
My head goes down. No, my head goes down.
Yeah, your head goes into your shell.
Yes!
Yeah.
That is the best! That is the best!
That hits.
Yeah.
Drunk boy is better at fighting than normal boy.
11
I'm
points
so
of
proud of
slashing
him.
damage. As the turtle head goes down, you slash across the zombie, and you watch as it kind of just cuts across its chest, and it peels back for a second, releasing this putrid smell to those close enough to smell it, and just kind of... Still standing, but barely. It is on Undeath's door.
Fuck.
Christ.
Drunk boy loses his
I
fear.
tried my
What
best.
happens?
He walks back into between the two of them. So, as we were saying, and
These things are easy to hit, but they have a bunch of a bunch of health points.
back to hit points.
Yeah, this one is going to try to attack you again, Cero. As you move back, it's like.
Come on, lover boys.
Oh. Ending the turn, people
They've
should be
taken
taking
10 hit points.
no damage.
Oh, damage
take-
and 10
taking
hit
the-
points as well.
And
Right.
taking that
Shielding
mighty
Aurora.
radiant damage.
Warlock level plus
3 plus intelligence, so 6. So Toad Boy and Zombie
Zombie
Boy. So far.
Zombino, Gambino.
Only one Toad Boy. The other one's not quite in your aura.
What? He was 10 feet from
just,
me, right?
Just a sliver
Oh,
of
it has
him is
half-
in your
half
aura.
of him.
Yeah.
Oh,
Aw.
the Zara is not. This is the Woosh's aura. I'm
Shucks.
getting confused.
I think a zombie ended its turn, right? One of the zombies.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, the one that attacked Ko.
Yeah.
So
So,
it's-
it would have taken 6 points.
This-
Okay.
This Toad and Childish Zombino.
Childish Zombino. So actually, this zombie.
Oh my gosh.
So when Sarah hit it, it would have.
Is that radiant damage it takes?
Yes, it is.
Yes, man.
Okay. So as Sero slashes into it, and it tries to stumble back towards Ko, you watch as it reaches towards Ko and just turns to ash from the radiant damage. This giant toad also takes 6 points of radiant damage. And then those.
Yeah.
The zombie's
that
turn is over, so it also takes 6 points of radiant damage.
Sorry, I should have
That's right.
remembered that sooner.
And now it is. Yeah, now it's this giant toad's turn. It again is going to lunge towards you, Varun, to try and.
Sexy.
Fight you.
Hold on. It attacks one of my duplicates.
It does indeed. You watch as it lunges towards one of your duplicates and it just disappears.
Nice.
Did it hit even with a -3?
Yeah. Its AC is 13. My duplicate's AC
Oh,
is.
okay. It's not
So,
the same AC.
It do not have mage armor.
All right.
It's just
never- I
10
think I
plus
used that
dex,
spell
so 13.
in my whole life.
That's what would have hit. It would have been
Very nice, especially when you can double it up with blur.
Would've
Oh,
been a
this one's not
14.
concentration.
No, mage armor is
I
not
forgot.
concentration. Nope.
No, not mage armor. Mirror image isn't concentration.
Mirror
Mirror
image.
image is not
It's not.
concentration.
That's what I
That's
was
why you can
thinking
use it
of.
with blur, and it's overpowered.
Lyrus.
All right. I am going to duck behind
Shit, I can't move it.
Dameron, and I'm gonna try to
Sorry.
shoot.
You gotta take it off the pointer. The
am
ruler,
I-
I mean.
Oh, yes, thank you.
Am I?
Yeah, okay,
Well,
fair.
I'm just gonna like duck next like to the side of Dameron and try to crossbow shoot the toad.
Okay. Yeah, you can do it. You duck past and poof, shoot your crossbow. 16 hits.
Can I get rid of it? How do I get rid of it?
Just delete it.
Oh,
I
yeah,
got
for
it.
9.
Backspace.
Okay.
9 points of
9.
piercing damage. You watch as it sinks into the eye of the toad. And
as a bonus action, she's gonna play a very nice lyre song, and she's gonna sing, "Please don't die," and I'm gonna cast Healing Word on Whoosh.
okay, as the arrow slams into its eye, whoosh, you're released, and the toad hits the ground before its other eye opens up and it stands back up with undead fortitude.
Hmm.
That guy.
Undead fortitude.
Kind of weird and gross. Kind of cringe.
The
bro.
zombies can do that. But yeah, you get 6 hit points as well.
Yep. Thank you very much.
Okay.
And give me my temp. Give me my temp.
Dameron.
It's good. It's good for us to remind you. Like,
Yeah.
give me
It
my
is.
temp.
I
Give me my
forget
temp.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Just
That's
stay
Sand
there.
temp is just so
will you?
sick.
Alright, bring your warhammer overhead and slam down. That definitely hits.
Yeah. I added some extra. Just 7.
7 points of bludgeoning
It has
damage.
1 hit point.
You crunch down through its skull and pull back the warhammer as it hits the ground again. Before slowly standing back up.
God,
God damn it.
fuck this guy.
This frog,
It's
go.
zombies. Yeah.
Mr. Toad's wild ride.
Yeah, that's all I can do basically.
Alright, that's a damage turn. Asabi. I think your shield thing goes away now, right?
It's the end of my turn.
Gotcha.
If that makes any difference. Probably wouldn't. So it's disadvantage if I try and do a range spell with someone
Correct.
in my melee.
Correct.
But it's also disadvantage to hit someone in your melee with a range attack.
Correct.
Well, alright. I'll attack the one next to me and just
Star Blast it.
Star Blast it.
Alright, go ahead and roll. 12 hits.
Oh,
You
cool!
pull your hand back as the starlight coalesces around it, some of it shooting up from the star chain, and you blast forward, dealing 9 points of damage to it.
3 of it radiant.
Just slamming into it. So it looks over towards you.
Radiant keeps them down. Radiant keeps them down because they are zombies.
Alright,
It's
I
metagaming.
know.
that is
My
going to
character
be
doesn't know that, but I do.
Sabi's
Yeah.
turn. Ko.
Okay. Zoink. Zoink. Can I get a cone?
Yep, there's templates in the thing.
Can I get a cone, please?
Can I get a cone?
I want a vanilla cone.
Okay.
I'm
More
sorry,
forward.
it's only chocolate. and
It
strawberry.
actually is at
It is. It starts from your space.
it starts
yeah.
from you. Yeah.
Oh, that's on my hands. Okay. Can I get both of them there?
Yeah, absolutely.
Will you get you? Will he get her into?
No,
Ah, whatever.
No, right?
No.
Okay.
Just an eyebrow.
she's just barely
color
out. Color spray. All
Color
right.
spray.
All right. So a spray of magnificent colors shoots over them. Go ahead and roll that.
Yeah. Color spray. Fuck it.
Color spray. Fuck it.
That one.
Oh, they fuck it.
42.
42. So this one.
Oh yeah.
This one is immediately blind. Math.
How dare you make it to the end?
Only one of them is blind. The other one is not.
That's what I feared.
Too tanky.
They have a lot of hit
They
points.
too.
Yeah, because this one hasn't been damaged, like, barely. Like, at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one by Varun has not been damaged at all.
Yeah.
I tried.
I've been busy.
Being
Not
busy.
dying.
Is that your turn?
And I can't.
Yeah,
yeah,
that
that's it. That is an action, so yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Alright, that's Ko's turn. Whoosh. You are no longer grappled or restrained.
Hey, sexy. Bonus action.
Nice, that hits.
We get fucked, nerd.
10 points of force damage. You watch as the ever flickering and changing spiritual weapon shoots down and slams against the side, cutting into it and spilling what's left of its watery innards onto the deck of the ship. And natural one, it hits the ground and does not get back up.
And then he's going to turn around and say a quick prayer and cast
Say
Fairy
a
Fire.
prayer for you.
Oh,
uh,
even better.
as soon as I go and find what is it? What's the cube? 20-foot
20
cube?
foot cube, yeah.
There we go. Right here.
Okay. Going to be Fairy Fire. That is going to be a deck save. The toad up top
The thing's gone. Just they make it and it's gone.
rolls a 10. The other toad rolls a 2. So they both fail.
Yes. Everyone has advantage on hitting them.
Yep.
Sexy.
They are now lit up by Fairy Fire.
Sweet.
This one just has all the status icons.
What color is it?
There's some. Oh, let's keep it the motif. They're kind of shifting.
They're Las
Stop trying
Vegas
to pin
neon
him
lights.
down.
Keep with the aesthetic,
Vegas neon lights.
Keep the aesthetic. By the way,
Caramel
I'm gonna
dancing
move my
place from another
spiritual
room.
weapon over here.
And give yourself hit points.
Alright, so I will give myself temp HP because it's not high.
Oh yeah. Hey, can I get some of that sweet temp HP?
You did.
I did. You got 6.
Yeah, you got
6.
you got
Oh,
2.
6. I just want to pay attention. Thank you.
Did I get any?
You got 2.
I
No, that was Ko.
did I roll to you? Whoops.
No, you didn't.
Whoops. Apparently I forgot you. 7, buddy.
Bro, the 7 is so nice. Especially I'm over here with 12 hit points, 7 temp HP, which is what I got the last time.
This zombie is going to try to attack you again, Sarah, with advantage. Double natural 1s!
Ha! Nice.
Yeah, come on.
Fuck.
Drunk Sorrow is untouchable.
Yeah, he's just ducking and dodging, man. He's untouchable.
Super
Is that
drunken master.
Yeah.
Drunk.
Back at the top of initiative with Varin.
You already know what it's gonna be, dog! Yeah, if we fucking both of them up, please tell me this works.
I'll say both of them can get hit, sure.
Yes!
Yeah, toss it, get hit, Toad. What's up?
Please, Toads, die!
Freeze.
I think
Oh, that's
Bane...
way better than
Can
last
Bane be
time.
used against their saving throws?
Yeah, it's
Yep.
saving throws and attack.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Alright.
Let me roll too.
That is
That's
so
sick.
good on the damage.
Rolls.
So
Everybody
good.
freeze.
And that's the second.
So the top one gets -4, the bottom one gets -2.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a 0 for the top one.
Yes!
And the bottom one is going to be a 4. So they both fail.
Take my cold damage.
Everybody freeze.
Everybody freeze.
Ice to
Bart
meet you!
is the negator.
Ice can meet you.
As you pull your wand out
Dinosaurs.
with
The
a,
Ice
with,
Age.
a, with a flourish, the freezing hand shoots out, freezing the deck of the ship, cascading over both of them, dealing 17 points of damage.
So sexy.
This one is looking very rough, nearing Undeath's door. The other one's looking very rough.
Death.
Alrighty. Cool. And then I'm not trying to get hit, so I stay where I am.
Good moves, good moves.
Okay. And that is now currently rough terrain for them, if they so choose to move. This giant toad's dead. This one, however, is gonna lunge towards you, Asavi, after taking that freezing damage.
Hopefully disadvantage because I'm blind.
It is, it is a disadvantage.
Blind,
That's why I threw my hands up. Because he rolled a natural 1, which brings it to a 1. He rolled a 1 on his attack roll because of Bane.
No. Oi. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you.
So yeah, he misses entirely because.
Her face.
That misses, she says.
Imagine
Alright.
being
A lot
a
of things hit me,
GM
a
and
lot
just
of
wanting
things
to
hit
have a normal roll for once. Like no
Sarah.
modifiers, no disadvantage. Just imagine.
Listen. Lore bards are good at this, okay?
No, it's not even
This
just
is
you.
what I'm
Everybody in
for.
the party has a fuck you.
We've all stacked our status effects together.
It's fine.
Created
You
a nice
guys,
little
that
map.
is
you guys are blowing
never
your load
hit,
in the
I
first
guess.
fight. That's totally fine.
No, exactly.
Oh, wait, I've only used one spell.
Sarah.
Oh, wait,
Yeah, well, you're also not a busted ass divination wizard.
We short resting. It's fine.
I had to. My bird was getting eaten.
It's fair.
Oh, short
that's
rest
true.
doesn't
You
do
done
much.
Thank you,
good.
buddy.
Yeah, done good.
It does much for literally everybody else.
Yeah.
But yes,
I need
continuing
level
Sarah.
5 to be really good at that.
I'm gonna turn to my friend over here. Arr.
Yep.
I'm just gonna grab him by the throat And the boat's still moving, right?
Correct.
Cool, I'm chucking him in the water.
Alright,
Bye.
Make an athletics check.
Nice.
Bye.
That's somebody else's problem now.
You just grab him by the throat, and you just sitting there, and you just pick him up over your head, just yeet, just throw him.
Hours later, some fisherman just gets demolished by the zombie.
You just hear as it just flies past the boat as the boat is still being propelled by the wind. And you just
steering the boat.
you just hear a faint behind you
Nah, it's fine.
as that zombie is entirely gone.
I got one of them.
Are you gonna move or are you gonna stay there?
Oh god.
You know, my wizard is getting a little messed up. Hey, Frog. What's up, loser boys?
This one's gonna get attack of opportunity and miss with a 9.
Go ahead.
I love this.
Alright. On this giant toad's turn, he's again gonna try to attack Varen.
Sick. He does.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Rolled a 23 minus 4 for 19.
Yeah. Yup.
Pretty good. That's pretty good.
Finally.
I mean, he is.
I could shield, but I don't want to take my hit points.
Yeah, I could cutting words,
Take
but
'em.
I'm saving it.
Come on.
'Cause
Come on.
You take
you're swallowed.
you take 7 points of piercing damage and 10 points of poison damage, and are grappled and restrained.
Yeah. Yeah, I am.
Maybe you should have shielded.
Maybe I should have
yeah,
shielded, baby. You know how many hit points I got?
2.
2 hit points.
Plus the temporary you're gonna get now.
Yeah.
Plus
We
the
just
temp
saw
you're gonna get now.
temporary HP does not negate these guys. Maybe
Hey.
the zombies. Not
It don't
these guys.
matter. Temp HP me, baby.
Alright, that's
Give me
gonna
that
be
one.
the giant toad's turn. Lyris.
I'm going to what do I want to do? What do I want to do? Yeah, no, I'm crossbowing the fucking toad because I need the damage.
You just see Varen's legs kicking out of its mouth as it's like lifting
Yeah.
up to swallow her. That wasn't your turn, Varen, it was the toad's.
Oh,
Shit.
11.
Oops.
Yeah.
Fuck.
An 11 hits. It's a zombie.
Yay!
On God. Wow.
For
To be
6
fair, you all-
points.
Yeah, I also have advantage, but
You also have advantage. Go fish for the crit.
Oh, I have advantage.
crit
So
fish.
yeah, maybe I crit. Maybe I'll crit. Maybe I will.
You're on a fishing vessel. Fish
No,
for the
I
crit.
won't.
Okay. 6 points of piercing damage.
No.
6 into
Yeah.
its gullet
Yeah.
as it's lifting up to swallow
And-
Varen.
And I'm just going to I might not be so nice to you, but I really don't want you to fall unconscious. And I'm healing word her at 2nd level.
Oh wow. Okay.
For 9.
9 points of
Hey,
healing.
guess what? That's 9 more than I had before, baby.
And I'm gonna start saving my spells, and that's my turn.
All right, that's Lyris' turn. Damon.
Gonna be crowded over there. Damaris is gonna
There's a
run over here,
little bit, bud.
screaming stuff, wildness at the zombie
In
Okay.
Celestial?
in Celestial.
What do you say?
Which I understand.
13
He
hits.
Yeah.
screams, "I am the bane of evil. I am the
Yes,
hammer.
he
I am the
does.
sword." That kind of thing.
Get him.
I am the shield that guards the realms of men.
Yes.
9 points of bludgeoning damage. You rush up and just sink your warhammer right into its ribcage. You watch as its body just kind of falls to the side, looking like it is on death's door. On death's door.
Oh, that's it.
But it
Don't
is
have much for
still
bonus action yet.
standing Bali. Savi.
Well, she saw Varen take that hit. She's gonna Star Blast that toad.
Okay. You have advantage based off disadvantage, so it's a straight roll.
Straight roll. Sweet. Love it.
Nice.
Fuck it up.
Well, that's
Love
pretty
it.
good straight roll.
love
Pretty
it.
good roll. Hey,
The
homie,
hit.
pretty good.
Do it.
Alright, kill it outright.
Just fucking
Come on.
hit that damage, baby.
Fuck it up.
Ah.
0. What?
That's pretty good. Yeah.
You,
Wait,
you
you only
can't
get the
you
radiant
can't crit
plus-
you can't crit on the radiant because your radiant is your intelligence modifier.
It's not rolled. Yes,
Yeah.
that's great.
Yeah, it's not a
That's
dice.
correct.
It's a modifier.
Still, however, as it's attempting to swallow Varen, you watch as she is slowly going down into its mouth. Her ankles just kicking out the side, the top of it. You focus one last time. The star chain lights just shoot up into your hand, and you blast it forward as it slams into the underbelly of this toad. You just hear a loud as it lets out this guttural exclamation, and Varen is just spit onto the ground. It stumbles back, falling off the ship. As it falls, it just disintegrates into dust and is scattered.
GG, well played,
Hell.
Mr. Toad.
Sabi Undead Slayer.
Oh, just you wait. It's gonna get crazy for some undead later.
Alright, that's is it the rest? Is that your turn?
Yes.
Okay.
It is.
Go.
I'm gonna
Oh, I got a 7. Sweet.
move back.
Thank you.
Total good attack
Is he
roll
gonna attack me?
against you. Yeah. Has,
Go for it,
has
buddy.
disadvantage because he's blind still.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, he's baned. Yeah, okay.
Oh.
Misses.
Perfect. Does the zombie you said was like on death's door?
Yeah,
This one over here?
that zombie is looking very, very rough.
Firebolt.
Fire coalesces and shoots forward.
From the tip of my staff. Come on.
Just the tip.
Hell yeah, baby, just the tip.
15 hits.
15. 1. Jesus Christ.
1 point of fire damage. Slams into it, licks up some of its bloated flesh. Still standing.
What a horrible, horrible day.
You get max Twilight Sanctuary though.
Yeah.
Horrible.
I get what?
Very bad.
Max
8
Twilight
times
Sanctuary.
For HP.
Whoosh.
I don't understand.
Whoosh is going to bonus action attack this cunt with his weapon, his spiritual weapon.
You have advantage.
Yeah, he is.
What'd you say?
You have advantage.
Special weapon is so good.
Yeah.
That hits.
Oh, nice.
11
So
points of
sorry.
force damage. It slams down. You watch it. The ever flickering weapon just cracks its skull, and wet mucus like brains just excretes out of its ears as it hits the ground. And it is going to see if it gets back up.
Oh.
It stays on the ground.
Throw it overboard.
Stand back up.
It does not. It stays there.
Great, and I'm gonna toll the dead on this one.
Yeah, okay.
You freaking...
Wisdom save.
It's very wise, these beings, aren't they?
Probably gonna fucking fail. -1.
Nice.
So it takes 6 points of necrotic damage. 11.
Which means it heals. No.
Whoosh.
Yeah.
How do you want to do
The
this?
zombies work, right?
Yes! Finally alive! Whoosh points his finger at the weapon that was previously hovering above this dead toad. Rushes over here and flicks down, shifting into a hammer and slamming into the head of this toad as Whoosh turns towards the dead next to him and says, "Go back to sleep. You should not deny the inevitable like this." And tings his bell and it rings out as I'm assuming much less violently than it normally looks. The zombie puppy just slumps over.
Yeah, the zombie just kind of stiffens, falls over the edge of the ship, and splashes into the water, disappearing. As that happens, as you guys have a second, Varid, you kind of waving your hands to get the shit off of you. You guys look over and notice Theodore's dead, and you see the other side of the Ustalok quickly coming into view as the ship is picking up speed from the wind, and that is where we're going to pick up next session.
You son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch.
We're gonna
We're
crash.
gonna crash.
Hey, you guys, just so you know, if we crash this boat, we stuck on this side of the lake, baby.
No, we
Sure, we
swimming,
don't
it's good.
crash this boat.
I mean, anybody can do it. They just don't have the proficiency.
Listen, I can
Yeah.
breathe underwater. I'll just swim back. It's easy.
Right.
Yeah, for
Well,
nowhere.
Meet your friend that you threw overboard.
Oh, it's good to see you again, bud. Hey.
Hey.
But yeah, thanks everyone who stopped by to watch us stream our crazy Warriors of Wildemount game. We're gonna go ahead and end there. Thank you. And I don't really have anything else to say. Check us out on Latvian Citizens channel on Thursdays. That's it. I got no more words for you nerds. We outie.
We
Bye.